Here we go, people. What's happening? I think I was counting down 3, 2, 1 before I even actually unmuted, which is funny.
I can hear myself, by the way. There's something you always do where you fix it, but
it's because I muted it. Because you were muted.
Oh, right. Well, yeah. I don't know. I mean, you do something to fix it, but I can't hear myself anymore.
What's happening, y'all? How you doing?
What's happening? What's good? I like the way this looks, Badaki. This is clean.
It's a little bit different, huh? It's nothing crazy. It's like maybe we focus more on ourselves and less on less on all the other nonsense that we had before. It's not nonsense, but you know what I mean.
I love it. Welcome to the stream, guys. The stream typically starts to get pretty crazy, so if you're here now, you're at a good time to start asking some questions. We're gonna try and answer as many as possible.
That's right.
Can you see the top ones? I can't see it. By the way, shout out to everyone who is watching the stream at the moment, but what are those top ones? I can't actually see them.
All right, give me 1 second. From Greg, start 3 PPR, at least one running back, Gaskin, Pollard, Jamal.
I see one before that. So let me try and start where I see, which is Andrew Mannion, non-PPR, and I need 2 running backs, James Robinson, Damian Harris, and Tyson Williams. Tyson. I think I would. You know what? This feels like a good week for James Robinson. You know, like it's hard to trust anything that Urban Meyer does. But in a standard league, do you lean either way? Because all these guys are in a very similar category. I think Tyson probably is the must start out of these.
Thank you for subscribing there.
Thank you for the sub, Trevor. But it's really between Damian Harris and James Robinson for me. And when I look at their matchups and their usage, I think I'm gonna sit James Robinson, which is crazy to say out of those three.
Yeah, James Robinson for me. You just have to wait and see what's going to happen if that role is going to continue to progress. I don't like starting James Robinson at the moment. Damian Harris does have a tough matchup though.
He does. You're not wrong.
We need to. That's another thing. So it's not exciting to start Damian or James Robinson, but I still lean Damian because you just know he's going to get the touches.
Yeah. Brady Scabaretti. By the way, this is the way this works, guys. You ask us a question, give us as much detail as possible. PPR, half PPR, standard, whatever it might be. Ask us a question, and the more information you give us, the better we can answer. And this is what we would personally do if it was us. So Julio Jones or Devonta Smith or Jamar Chase. I'm going Julio Jones.
Yeah.
Badaki is going.
You have to go Julio every time.
What's up, Fantasy Catch Up? Appreciate you for joining the stream. Mechi, the GOAT, says Marquise Hollywood Brown or Ron the Don. I have been screaming Rondell Moore on this channel all week long.
Hey, it even helps now that D-Hop is quote-unquote doubtful for the game. He's going to be a game-time decision. Yeah. So that actually really helps for Rondell Moore's case. Why not?
Can I tell you something? We were very close to making Hollywood Brown a start of the week, but and there's not really analytics behind this. It's more of a feeling for me personally. When I think about this game, the Ravens facing the Lions, to me, it feels like, why would Hollywood need to be involved? You can easily beat this team on the ground, and this is the best rushing team in the league. So I would lean Rondell Moore there. I think Rondell has a higher floor. Yeah. Or sorry, a higher ceiling, but a lower floor. Yeah, but I would go Rondell.
Absolutely.
Next question.
Fantasy catch up. What's happening, brother? Matt Ryan versus Giants or Joe Burrow versus Pittsburgh?
Look, probably going Burrow.
Yeah, I think you have to go Burrow. I understand why Matt Ryan is quote unquote a good start, but at the same time, I think the Giants defense, this is where the Giants team kind of finds themselves here in this game. And the defense steps up. This offense is hopefully going to continue how they produced last week. Joe Burrow is a tough start, but remember TJ Watt is out as well. Yeah. So that actually helps. Just all depends.
Okay, so did you give us an answer?
Yes, I said Joe Burrow. I just wanted to give people reasoning.
No, sorry. Okay, Melvin Gordon or Cordero Patterson PPR. I think this is the week that Javonte starts to take over. I don't know that for sure though. So when we look at their matchups, Melvin faces the Jets. Is that right? They face the Jets. They face the Jags and then the Jets. Jeez. What a great way to start for the Broncos this year. And then Cordero Patterson, they play the Giants. I think I would lean Melvin, but I don't like it.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like either option, but I think I would go Melvin.
I don't like either option either, but I think I'm still leaning Melvin for sure, no doubt about it. I'm more comfortable. He has a higher
chance to get like a goal line touch than Patterson.
Yeah.
There's me and Andrew. Flex 1 PPR Tyson Williams or Ron the Don in a PPR format. I think we know what we have with Tyson Williams. So I guess the better question is, do you need like 10 to 15 points, or do you need like a higher ceiling? A player that could bust, but also could win you a week if you're playing a really good opponent. So based off of that information, I would make that decision. So if I'm good, I have a good squad, and I just need guaranteed points, I would go Tyson. But if I want a higher upside this week because I'm facing a good opponent, I would lean Rondell. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. I think I'm still starting Tyson. I'm more comfortable with him. I know Rondell Moore does have an opportunity. I'm just more comfortable with Tyson at the moment. Rondell Moore had one big breakout week. He did have a decent week a couple weeks ago now. I think he dropped, 6 to 8 points. It was still good. I say go Tyson.
Yeah, so something that's underlooked there, though, is his usage. It's gone massively up from week 1 to week 2 in his opportunities. So
right,
we'll see. Gator says, would you risk not starting a kicker if you don't want to drop anyone if you need to, or just got to figure it out? I think you got to start a kicker. If you lose that week by 3 points, you're going to be pissed off that you didn't have a kicker,
Yeah.
Tough decisions with small benches. That's what's probably happening. Pick 2, Julio, Rondell, KJ Osborne, and Devontae. This is actually easy for me. I'm going Julio and Rondell. But Badaki, you might see this differently.
I like Julio and Rondell as well. I'm definitely starting them. I think for me, Devonta Smith is a smash start this week, in my opinion. He's playing the Dallas Cowboys. I think this.
Would you start him over either of those guys?
No. I just want to put it out there. I think Devonta Smith is a good start this week, though.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Fantasy catch-up. We already read that. What's up, Enrico? Thanks, everybody, for joining the stream. If you don't know how this works, you drop a question. You say if it's PPR, half PPR, standard.
Mm-hmm.
If you're playing standard, come on. And yeah, we'll answer these questions in order. Super chat's available if you want it answered straight away. Ilias said, should I accept A.J. Brown for Amari Cooper in PPR? I get Brown. I think I would prefer Amari myself, but I don't know if Badaki might see that differently. I know you're big on A.J. Brown.
Yeah, I think I'm going with A.J. Brown personally.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just more comfortable with A.J.
I guess I'll explain my reasoning because I think a lot of people would probably say A.J. over Amari Cooper. I think that's probably the consensus. When I look at these two offenses, which offense is going to have to throw the ball more? I feel like the Cowboys are going to have to throw the ball more, so that's why I lean towards.
Yeah. By the way,
Amari there.
The Colts are planning to start Carson Wentz tomorrow versus the Titans.
Sources say okay.
No setbacks as Wentz is pushing to play. He's expected to give it a go.
I like it.
Let me just read the rest because I didn't actually open my phone. Okay, well, try to open it and now it's gone. Here we go.
Yeah.
The team has contingency plans in case he gets out. He gets out there and can't play to the proper level, and that's. We'll talk about it when somebody from the Colts comes in question, but that's definitely not something that I want to hear personally.
You don't want to hear that he's starting?
I just don't want to hear that, like, you know what, Carson Wentz is going to start. Huge love to
What's up, Kieran? Thanks for the follow over there on Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just hesitant to start somebody like a Michael Pittman, for example, because if Carson Wentz plays 1 snap, 2 snaps, and then he's out, it's like I didn't want to start Michael Pittman.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I think the matchup's pretty good against Tennessee. They're not a very good secondary. I would start Michael Pittman over a lot of guys this week,
even with
Wentz playing. Yeah,
without Wentz playing.
Without Wentz playing, no. But because Wentz is playing, I mean, I would start him over like a Chark, Mooney, Chenault, Christian Kirk, Aguilar, those kind of names.
Okay, interesting.
Greg was the next question. Start 3 PPR, Gaskin, Pollard, Henderson, Jamal Williams, Waddle, Pittman, and Devonta Smith. So here we are.
Okay.
Michael Pittman.
So 1 running back.
All right, so the 1 running back is, for me, it's Gaskin. I don't know the status of Henderson. I don't think we've gotten an update on him. Is that correct?
I think he is a go. He's 100.
He is a go?
He is a go.
They do play Tampa Bay.
Mm-hmm.
I would rather have my running back as Gaskin this week because I think the offense is going to struggle, but Gaskin will be a check down option, throughout the, especially if it's a PPR format. But you might see that differently.
I might take my shot with Henderson.
Okay.
This is going to be a high-scoring game. I think
Tampa Bay.
I think they're going to want to, pound the ball. I think they're going to continue to give it to Henderson. I like Henderson this week personally. I know it's Tampa Bay. At the moment, Tampa Bay has been giving a lot of points to running backs currently.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, so we see that one differently.
Mm-hmm.
I would be picking Gaskin there, but he would be doing Henderson. There's a lot of options though.
I think if there was 3, just so I can give you my 3. I think I would put Gaskin, Henderson, and Devonta Smith.
Right. Okay. Yeah, and you know what? I would do Gaskin, Henderson, and Smith as well. So that's easy. Dante Jones said Deontay out, so standard flex, Tyson Williams, Sterling Shepard, Edmonds, Marvin Jones, or Trey Sermon. Trey Sermon could have a very nice week with Elijah Mitchell looking doubtful. I think Tyson's the easy start if I had to choose between all of these.
Yeah, it's definitely Tyson for me as well. I like Tyson.
Especially in a standard league. Fantasy Catch-Up says Devin Singletary, Clyde, Mike Davis, or Chase Edmonds. Pick two.
I'm still taking Clyde, and Chase plays a Jag, so I'm taking Edmonds. Clyde and Edmonds. I don't like Clyde was a my guy this year, still is. Hopefully he can come back, but you hope that they're going to utilize him somehow soon, hopefully.
Yeah, I will go Edmonds and Clyde as well, but I don't like it. I don't like it at all, honestly. What's up, Chase? Will Cook be good to go tomorrow? We have not heard an update on Dalvin.
This is the biggest one. I have Dalvin as well, and there's no reports. They didn't even say if he practiced today or was on the sideline or anything, working on the sideline. It's really frustrating.
He starts. Personally, I believe he will start.
But you know what's hard about this?
I think the fact that we haven't heard anything isn't necessarily bad news. I would rather have not heard anything yet and assume that it's good news. Maybe that's glass half full type stuff.
This is what it reads. Dalvin Cook listed as did not practice for Friday's practice. Cook was listed as a non-participant in Friday's practice, though Coach Mike Zimmerman said the running back did some work prior to being listed as questionable on the final injury report.
Yeah, and that doesn't surprise me that he didn't practice this week. Yeah. I don't think they need him to practice.
Yeah,
I think he'll play.
I feel people that could be in a tough spot if Dalvin's not going to play because it is an afternoon game, and you probably have your running back or your backup running back is in the early game, so it's definitely a bit hard. Like, I'm in that position right now. It's like I don't know what to do.
Okay, next question is from Charlie. Says Kenny Gallaudet or Michael Pittman. Make sure that when you guys ask a question, you ask if it's PPR standard or non-PPR.
Yeah.
Or sorry, half. Thanks, Kieran. Appreciate the love over there on Twitch. That's big love.
See, this is a good.
So Kenny Gallaudet or Michael Pittman. This is a great question.
This is a great question. Once again, if you weren't here earlier, I'm a little bit more hesitant on starting Pittman because Carson Wentz is gonna play. Okay. But if he can't play to his standards, which was reported, then they have contingency plans with their backups. So I just want to avoid everyone in that Colts wide receiver room because I don't know how everyone else is going to perform. I'd rather have Kenny G starting this week.
Okay. Personally, I think I'm going Michael Pittman. I just believe what we saw in week 2. And I definitely
believe it too. 100. I'm with you. I believe it. I
guess the best way to answer this question is, and I say this sometimes for people because this is genuinely a 50-50. I think we might be able to agree on that. This is a 50-50 toss-up. It comes down to preference. And the question is, do you need a safe play or a high upside? I think that Pittman is a higher upside, but the much riskier play. So if you're going against an opponent who is probably going to beat you, I would take the risk on a Pittman. But if you were, probably going to win in your eyes and you just need a more safe performance, and I would be okay with Kenny.
I'm taking just Kenny G. I feel like it's just risk aversion, but I get what you're saying. Fantasy catch up. Would you start Dalvin Cook knowing that Adams Manson is set to handle half of the load this Sunday unless Cook is out? I think I'll still
start Cook.
Yeah, still starting Dalvin.
Start your stars.
Andrew, what's up, brother? Yo, what's up, boys? Gaskin, Gallaudet, or Trey Sermon? PPR, start one.
Jeez, that's tough, man. These questions it always feels like we're doomed to hit wrong, because they're all relatively good options.
I think
PPR league.
Yeah, I think one thing I'm going to say right off the bat, I know we're excited about Trey. I think I'm still sitting him to see what's going to happen. So I think for me in my head, it will be between Gaskin and Gallaudet. I do agree that Gaskin could be the safety blanket for Jacoby Brissett, so I might go Gaskin here.
Yeah, I'm going Gaskin as well. I don't love that. I hate that question. Sorry. I hope that helps.
I get it. Gator fan, two-parter. One, would you rather start Claypool or more on full PPR in the flex position? Both have pretty good upside this week. And two, is there any particular strategy you would suggest when streaming kickers?
I'll do the kicker one quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Find the best offense in a game that has a high over under that you expect to have a lot of points.
Mm-hmm.
That's all you can really do. Sometimes you're better off picking kickers blind and just this guy.
Sometimes you just don't know what's going to happen.
But
honestly.
Connected to a good offense is always what you would ideally want to do. But the first question, Claypool or I'm assuming that's Rondell Moore.
Yeah,
right?
I think it's Rondell Moore, and this is a good question because Deontay Johnson is out. A divisional game against the Bengals. Rondell Moore.
Mm-hmm.
Rondell Moore has technically a good matchup against the Jags.
Yeah, I would consider that a good matchup.
Yeah, 100%. And
I think I'm still going Chase though. This feels like a touchdown week for Chase. I think Chase is another one of those guys like Rondell who has high upside but a low floor.
Okay.
And although Rondell is one of my starts of the week, I do think I would start Claypool over him if I had him now that Deontay's out.
Yeah, I agree. I think I'm starting Claypool as well. I just feel like he's a little bit more. He has the higher upside in my opinion, and he can definitely catch that bomb down the field.
Yep.
By
the way, if you guys don't know what's going on, we're answering your start sit questions for this week.
Come on,
here's the deal. If you want a question answered, you can comment it. We will go through them one by one in order. Otherwise, if you want to drop a super chat, we'll answer it straight away. And yeah, so what's the next question here? It's from Ed Mack.
Yeah. Ed Mack, Tyson, Williams, Gaskin, PPR.
Gotta go Tyson.
Tyson against the Lions for sure. Fantasy catch up. Pick 2, Mike Williams, Chris Godwin, Justin Jefferson, Julio Jones.
Godwin, Jefferson. AB's out. I trust Godwin this week. I trust him every week, honestly. He's been the most consistent. Is that the same for you?
I'm just rechecking my matchups.
Every week, Mike Williams feels like a bust candidate to me still. I don't trust him yet, personally. So I would go Godwin and Justin Jefferson.
Justin Jefferson's playing the Seahawks. I mean, yeah, I agree. Chris Godwin. Yeah. I'm on the fence of Jefferson and Julio, but I agree. Chris Godwin and Justin Jefferson, especially if Dalvin is kind of shaky, they could run the ball. They could throw the ball a little bit more.
What's up, Chase? Full PPR, Shepard or Rondell Moore. Don't forget that Evan Ingram is back this week. Shepard's a good start, but I don't know what he looks like with Evan Ingram. I don't know if that impacts it or not. It is something to consider. I think I know what you're going to say, which is Shepard, but I'm going to go Rondell Moore, given the options.
I think I would go actually Rondell Moore, just purely because DeAndre Hopkins.
Sterling Shepard versus Atlanta? I mean, I'm trying to convince you against my opinion.
I think if D-Hop is really out, I think Rondell Moore has just a better opportunity. But
have we heard if D-Hop's out?
He's doubtful. He's a game time decision.
Okay,
but it's
true
doubtful.
Game time decision.
True game time decision. So
I think D-Hop will play.
If he plays, he's decoy, in my opinion.
So if he plays, are you going to go Shepard instead?
I think if he plays, I am going Shepard. Yes.
Okay, so if Hopkins plays, Badaki goes Shepard. I still go Rondell. I want to. Again, Rondell. You guys have to know if you have safer options. Play your safer options unless you really need high upside this week. Mm-hmm. What's up, John? I picked up Madison just in case, but I don't want that scenario where he starts but barely plays. Yeah, no, you don't play Madison this week if Cook is playing.
We have somebody on Twitch, just says Kieran. He says, love the content, guys. All love, man. Really appreciate you.
I said that.
Oh, okay. Well, he just said love the content. I didn't hear that. Sorry. We do have another one on Twitch if you want. Come here now. Beach89. Love the name. Who would you start at flex? Mike Evans or Trey Sermon?
Gotta go Evans, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Mike Evans. Completely agree.
We think Trey Sermon's a starter this week, but do we know that? I don't think anyone knows that for sure.
Yeah. Fantasy catch-up. Rob Gronkowski or Darren Waller non-PPR?
Non-PPR makes it interesting. If it's PPR, it's not even close. But because it's non-PPR and Antonio Brown's out, that makes it more interesting. But, I mean, you still have to go Waller, right?
Yeah, you still have to go Waller.
Yeah. I mean, Gronk's stat line could look like 2 catches, 2 touchdowns. Waller's could look like 10 catches, 100 yards. So I think that's the more reliable option. What's up, Cord? How do you feel about Antonio Gibson this week?
This is a loaded question.
Thinking about sitting him for Chase Edmonds and throwing Rondell Moore in flex. Ooh.
Look, what he's saying here is not bad. Chase against the Jags. Antonio Gibson, yes. That's why I said it's a loaded question. If you were here, Cord, last week, you know how I feel about Antonio Gibson. It feels really disappointing. You expect him to have a good game, but it's hard because he's playing the Bills. That's the downfall.
I think you have to start Gibson.
Yeah, you still have to start him.
You don't sit Gibson. In my opinion, you don't sit Gibson.
So who are you sitting here? Rondell Moore or Chase Edmonds?
I think I'm sitting Rondell Moore. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's who I would sit if I'm sitting Antonio. If I'm starting Antonio, I have to start Chase because with the expectations of them running the ball a little bit more.
Yeah.
I agree.
Ed Mack. Standard league.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Standard lead, flex, Damian Harris, Corey Davis, or Pittman. I think it has to be Damian.
Yeah.
He gets to work.
A standard league, I mean, the receptions don't help you at all. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I'm going to have to lean where you're leaning as well. Fantasy catch-up guy offered me Nick Chubb and Freddie Swan for CMC. Would you accept that? Freddie Swan, I would just drop to the waiver wire, honestly. So that just feels like a throw-in piece. Like, oh, but I'll give you Freddie as well. No, I don't care about Freddie Swan. He's had a good game, but no. No, I would stick with CMC. It doesn't look like he's going to be out. I don't know if you guys were with us on the live stream on Thursday Night Football, but I had a meltdown because CMC got injured and could not recover. I could not recover. But it looks like he's going to be only out a couple weeks. So I think if you're, by the way, if in this league, if you're 0-2 and you're going to lose this week because of CMC, I'm not opposed to getting Chubb and a piece. But Chubb and Freddie Swain isn't enough. Freddie Swain is nothing.
Yeah.
You have to get actual value with that second player.
Yeah, I agree.
John B. What's up, John B? How's it over there in the OBX out of Banks? I used to visit the OBX every year with my family over there when I used to live in Virginia. Sterling Shepard, Gronk, or Mike Davis for your flex spot. Full PPR. I think I'm going to go Shep. Especially, in flex, you would prefer to have a wide receiver in a PPR.
100%. Yeah, I agree, Sterling. I just feel like I can't trust Gronk. Even though he's been consistent for the past 2 weeks, it just feels like I still can't trust him.
Yeah.
It's frustrating.
I know. It's just because he's burnt people so much in the past that how do we know if this is really going to stay consistent? So
a lot of people have been trying to trade him to me in multiple leagues, and I'm just like, I get it.
Exactly. I don't actually really want. I don't like. There's people that I want to trade for. Gronk isn't one of those people. Like his value is too high, and I don't think it's going to be consistent. Unfortunately, I could be wrong, but.
Yeah, I could be wrong as well. I mean, that's a chance you're going to take when you trade for Gronk. All right. Yep. I don't even know how to say your name. EWIK. Who am I starting? Dalvin Cook, Najee, Joe Mixon. I'm worried that Cook might be taken out partway through the game because of his ankle. What do you think? Look, you once again start your stars, but we completely get it. If you're not starting Dalvin, then you're starting Najee and Joe Mixon, clearly. We're happy for you to start Najee and Joe. I think both of them are must starts. Obviously, Najee and Joe Mixon are both playing each other, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah.
What's your heart say?
If you had to pick one, I guess maybe that's his question. If you had to pick one. Oh wait, no, he has another question. He even has Barkley. If you look a little bit lower, who am I starting? Dalvin, Najee, Joe, Barkley.
Is this a 6-man league?
I'm worried that Cook, same thing. What do you think?
Is this a 6-man league? What's going on here?
Look,
how are you choosing between Dalvin, Najee, Joe Mixon, and Barkley?
If you have to start 2 running backs and you want to risk a version, you sit Dalvin and you start Najee and Joe. In the Saquon scenario, you're starting Saquon and probably Najee Harris.
All those guys should be started in every league. That's what's
It's a 4-man league.
It's a 4-man league. See, this makes it very hard, bro. Honestly, I don't think I'm sitting Cook. I think I'm like, for me, I'm starting Dalvin Cook. I know I just think if you sit him, you might regret it. But we need to find out more about his injury and what his role is going to be. So if he is out, then I would probably go. Well, I don't like Joe's matchup, so I would go Barkley and Najee.
Yeah, I think that's why I said with the second, it has to be Barkley and Najee, because Najee has the better, especially with Deontay out.
Yeah,
you expect him to get a little bit more work and be more consistent.
Karen loves it over there on Twitch. Thanks for staying with us, Karen. Big shout out to you, bro. Just found the channel, loving the content.
Huge love, man.
Okay.
I think it's Chase. Yeah, Chase, full PPR. Cole Beasley, Darnell Mooney, Elijah Moore. Pick one to start. I think I'm going Mooney here.
I think I'm going James Robinson. Personally.
Oh, wait, he has another one. Sorry, I didn't read the second one. And James Robinson.
I would go James Robinson. I mean, out of all those people, I feel like James Robinson. I know typically you want to go, with your flex with a wide receiver, but I feel better about the opportunities that James Robinson will get than anyone else there, if that makes sense.
Right. I still feel better with Mooney's opportunity, in my opinion.
Okay.
I think if James Robinson absolute floor could be 6 to 8 points, I think Mooney could definitely surpass that this week.
Okay. Thoughts on Andrews versus Pitts versus Kittle? As far as starting this week, if you have those options, that's crazy, Gator.
You have to definitely start all of them. It feels like best matchup. Probably has to be Kittle against the Packers. They gave up so many points.
These are all starters, though.
Yeah,
these
100%.
are all starters. Rest of season. Kittle. I still prefer Kittle.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Rest of season, Kittle.
I actually think Kittle is a good trade for target, in my opinion. I think people are worried about him, and I'm personally just not one of those people.
You like George Kittle? I have George Kittle.
Yeah, we can talk. Which league is this?
I think it's the boys' league. I think it's the Fellowship.
The Fellowship? I have Darren Waller, so I don't actually need Kittle.
Fat GGs then.
I mean, we can do a swaps if you want for something else, but
nah, I like Kittle.
That's what he says when he's like, it's not worth it.
I actually like Kittle. I don't want to swap just to be in the same spot.
Jamar Chase, what's up, Tommy? Your boy Bricks Bockley, friend of the show.
Great friend of the show.
Jamar Chase, Hollywood, or Ron the Don. So I've already said I'm going to start Ron over Hollywood. And I think we had a similar question with Jamar Chase. What's Chase's matchup? Chase might be the best option
Chase
here.
Is playing the Steelers.
Pittsburgh.
I think the other thing is that I think T. Higgins is also a game time decision as well.
T. Higgins does not look like he's going to play. I think he's doubtful to play.
Okay, so let me just go to his thing really fast. Doubtful to face Steelers, Cincinnati Bengals. Wide receiver T. Higgins is listed as doubtful for Week 3 against the Pittsburgh Steelers, but that could change on Saturday. If Higgins is upgraded to questionable, he obviously has more of a chance to play on Sunday. So we're going to be finding out. Well, that's technically today.
That's tomorrow. Sunday's tomorrow.
But Saturday,
Saturday's today. Yeah.
They said Saturday,
I think I'm going Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I think I'm going Jamar Chase as well, with the expectations of T. Higgins not playing. You need to be waiting on the edge of your couch.
No, but honestly, I know Rondell is one of my starts of the week, but even if Higgins plays, I'm still going Jamar Chase personally.
Give it to Tyler Boyd.
The connection is there.
Hey, thank you so much for Timmy for subscribing there on YouTube.
Thank you, Timothy. Appreciate that.
Timmy Parker.
Pick 2, Zach Pascal, Sterling Shepard, Corey Davis, Marvin Jones, Brandon Ayuk, Quintish Cheapish. You can't start Ayuk or Cephas, so let's get rid of them. I'm not starting Pascal. So really it's between Shepard, Davis, and Jones, and I don't want to start Davis against that defense. He was one of our sits of the week, so I'm going Sterling and Marvin Jones. You agree?
I'm still not sold on Marvin Jones, but I understand why.
How are you not sold on Marvin Jones? Is it because he's a my guy? Is it because he's one of my guys?
No, I'm genuinely still not sold. I mean, let me look at his.
What has he done to not sell you so far? I mean, in PPR formats, he scored.
Maybe I'm confusing Marvin Jones with DJ Chark's stats.
Yeah, I mean, he's just been nothing but consistent so far.
I'm thinking Marvin Jones was DJ Chark that had like
20 targets through 2 weeks. 20 targets through 2 weeks. And he hasn't scored under 17.5 PPR points.
Hold on. Let me just double check. Chark.
Yeah, I think, a lot of people would be more comfortable with him in a standard format as well.
I was getting confused with Chalk because I was like, didn't Marvin Jones score like 2-3 points last week? But that was actually Chalk. Yeah, Marvin Jones and Sterling, I'm happy with. I'm also on the fence that I might take in one of my leagues, the follower leagues. I might be starting Brandon Ayuk. I have an inkling.
Risky.
It is risky, but I have an inkling that
I have tried to trade for Brandon Ayuk in almost every league except for with you, because I know that you're gonna ask too much.
I just have an inkling that he could truly be. This is his game that he's gonna at least get.
Well,
I
agree with what you're
targets.
saying. I think this could be the game, but it doesn't mean I'm starting him.
Yeah.
Like, he's shown me nothing to try and start him, but he is a good target to go out there and try and trade for him.
He was a trade
traded for him. I think I traded Tim Patrick for him in one league and Jamal Williams in another league, just because I think that there's upside still. I still think there's upside rest of season. Doesn't mean I'm starting him this week, though.
I agree. Here we go. Where were we? Yeah, this is Kieran. Sorry. Mike Williams or Terry. You start Terry. No doubt about it. Fantasy catch-up.
Don't sit him.
TJ Hawkinson or Mike Williams flex. It has to be TJ, it feels like.
Yeah, I agree.
It's interesting.
I just think TJ is going to be the more consistent option, and I still trust TJ over Mike.
Yeah, I completely agree. It's interesting who the other tight end is in one of that league there for you.
Yeah.
Chase, I traded for
Kittle. We got a question on Twitch. Sorry, should we answer this question on Twitch real quick?
Kieran, is Josh Gordon worth an ad, guys? I have a free spot with 2 on an IR 12-man standard.
No, he's not. Let's make this super easy. No, he's not. He was the second option on the Seahawks, or the third option on the Seahawks. This was 2 years younger. No, he's just not worth an ad, honestly. Josh Gordon, it's a trap every time you add him. There's always been the conversation, well, what if? Well, that what if has never happened. No, just save yourself a waiver pickup, and it's not worth it.
Just save it.
In Dynasty, why not? But no.
I think I'm less inclined to pick him up in Dynasty, in my opinion.
I just don't care about him at all. As a person, I care about him, but I don't care about him in fantasy.
Okay. I just want to address really fast because he said TJ Hawkinson or Mike Williams. He also has George Kittle is his number one. I will see what you can get for TJ Hawkinson, in my opinion. Trade one of those guys away. See what other value.
Yeah, I would trade TJ high, and then because he's still going to be great rest of the season. He's a great option. But if you have Kittle, trade one of those guys.
Yeah.
Chase said, I traded for Kittle in a 2 tight end league and now have Hawkinson and Kittle starting. Well done, Chase. Mm-hmm. That's 200 IQ. If you guys don't know what's going on, we are answering your start sit questions for week 3. We go in order, so give us as much information as possible. Standard PPR, half PPR, as much information. Mm-hmm. We'll give you the best answer possible. This is what we would personally do if it was our team. And if you want your question answered straight away, just drop a super chat to support the show. Gator says, in my home league, I have an owner that has Kittle and Pitts. Yeah. Hopefully he's going to try and trade one of those away for some value. That's what I would do. Standard, Gasecki or Hooper?
Oh, that's annoying. I feel like Gasecki has...
He recovered, but then...
I still think...
Yeah, he recovered.
I think Jacoby is going to target Gasecki, in my personal opinion. I know Jarvis is out.
I would go Hooper because it feels like a safer option, in my opinion. Especially in Standard League. Jarvis is out. OBJ is coming back.
I'm going Gasecki there.
I'm going Hoops. we see things differently sometimes.
Full PPR, Higbee or Fant from Ed Mack.
Gotta be Fant.
Fant has just a better matchup this week against the
And
Jets.
he's been way more consistent.
All love, Brixie. Timothy Parker, Hollywood Brown, OBJ, Drake, Tyson Williams, or Kenny G PPR. I'm assuming this is a start one. I'm not starting.
Start one. I'm not starting OBJ yet.
Yes, I agree. I'm not starting
unless
Drake.
He's my best option, but this isn't the case here. I'm not starting Kenyon Drake. It's between Brown, Tyson, and Gallaudet, and I think I'm going Tyson.
Tyson, yeah. I'm going Tyson as well. He just feels more comfortable to start.
Yep. Flexing a 12-man, Swift or Debo. Oh, that's a tough one.
I'm going
Swift
Swifty.
or Debo. You're going Swifty?
I have to go Swifty.
I think I'm going Debo in that scenario.
Swifty plays the Ravens, understand, but I still think he's going to get PPR points. They're going to use him in the backfields.
I'm not so convinced that they didn't utilize Jamal Williams more because of Swift's injury. So, I don't know. Personally, I would go Debo. He's healthy right now. He's clearly the guy in that offense. And they're going against a very good offense themselves. So, I'm going to go Debo there.
Okay.
Wick. Who am I starting for my wide receiver? I have DK, Lockett, AJ Brown.
Scary Terry, Debo, Hollywood. But
this is the 4-man league, isn't it? Jesus, bro, we will get this wrong because all these are elite options. You don't let's make it easy. Debo and Marquise Brown, you don't play because of your options. Who should be my wide receiver 2 and my 1 flex? Who should be my 2 wide receivers? Okay, so we get 3 options. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So I think I'm just gonna be honest. I'm gonna go based off matchup. Who has a better matchup? Who I believe is gonna have a good week.
Okay. It's gonna be a good week
because all these guys should be starting, right? So yeah. Obviously DK is playing the Vikings. So is Tyler Lockett. AJ Brown playing the Colts. That's gonna be a tough matchup in my opinion. Scary Terry is playing the Bills, who is also a tough matchup.
I would go DK, Lockett, and Terry.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. DK, Lockett, and Terry. Terry's the only guy there. It feels like at the moment. AJ Brown has Henry.
I like it. Hey guys, we're answering your start sit questions for week Trey. If you have a question, drop it. Give us as much info as possible about your league.
That's right.
We'd be happy to answer it. Drop a like if you haven't to show some love. And if you got a question that you want answered straight away, just drop a super chat and we'll answer that straight away for you. James Zoo. Am I stupid to bench Cook? I don't know how much he can produce this week, and if he plays, he might get a worse injury. We have a saying, start your stars. And in my opinion, I don't imagine that you have a better option than Dalvin Cook if he plays. So I know it's scary, but I'm more worried about sitting him and he has a great game than starting him and he just doesn't do what I want him to do. Yeah, so I personally can't sit him.
Let's just get this out the way as well. You know, Dalvin Cook didn't, at least in my opinion. Hey, shout out for the follow there.
Thanks for the follow on Twitch.
M11. Look, for me, Dalvin Cook, you're right. You have to start him. I think it's also important to know that maybe he didn't practice because they didn't want him to re-injure that ankle or aggravate it. The more rest he gets, the better that ankle is going to get. Dalvin Cook has played through ankle injuries.
He doesn't need to practice. They don't need to see anything from him.
Exactly. So he's played through that. He's been in that position already where he's come off, been doubtful, played, and had a great game. Yeah. You just have to trust the process. It's going to suck if he does get re-injured. First play, second play, that's going to suck. But you still have to start Dalvin.
Yep. Need a wide receiver 2 and a flex, full PPR. Rondell Moore, Pittman, Kyle Pitts, James Robinson, Henry, Ruggs, Fournette. Let's make this easy. You're not starting Ruggs yet.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably not starting Fournette against the Rams.
Mm-hmm. I think it's Pitts.
You have better options than Robinson, so need wide receiver 2 and a flex. I'm going Rondell Moore.
I would say Rondell
Am I going Rondell Moore and Kyle Pitts?
That's what I said. I said Rondell Moore, Kyle Pitts.
I think I am, yeah. Mm-hmm. This feels like a trap, though, because Pittman and Robinson could have great games. But
I'm still not
based
sold
off of what we know, I would go Rondell and Kyle Pitts. Yeah. I want to start Robinson, but I just can't yet.
Mm-hmm.
Or, well, with the options you have, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Miles, what's up, my guy? I don't think we've had you on the stream before. Welcome. I got myself into a situation.
Oh,
We've all been there.
Situations.
Where I have Trey Sermon and Mitchell. Don't know who will start, and it's a Sunday night game, and won't know if I should start OBJ instead. Let's hope we get more information, but I would personally start Trey Sermon instead of OBJ. If we knew, because I don't think Mitchell's playing. I think he's doubtful to play at this point. So I think I would go Trey Sermon. What about you, Badaki? The matchup's really good against Green Bay. Look at what the Lions are able to do to them on the ground.
The matchup is good against Green Bay. I don't know, man.
Do you feel more comfortable with OBJ?
I think OBJ has a safer floor.
Okay.
So
I agree that he has a safer floor.
Mm-hmm. I think I just would rather go with the floor. If I'm happy, if I know OBJ can give me at least 8 points, that's great. Trey, we haven't seen a floor or a ceiling yet. This is a game that can give us information. Yep. We still don't know what's going to happen. I understand why, but I'm more comfortable, even though I don't want to, starting OBJ.
Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. I actually, the more I think about this, I kind of get it. I think you do have to go OBJ. We don't know what that backfield's going to look like. Sermon is probably the biggest risk reward start this week, but if you just need a solid play and less risk, I think you go OBJ.
Yeah, I agree. Tommy.
I get that, Tommy. Yeah. What if Russ gets hurt during the game? That's a rough week. Spread your value. I get it, but this is a question that we had in week 1. Remember we had a question week 1 where it was, do you start DJ Moore and Robbie Anderson or Cortland Sutton? I don't know if you remember that question specifically.
Yeah.
But the right answer was Robbie Anderson and DJ Moore. But a lot of people would have made the decision to start Cortland Sutton, who only got 1 catch in that first week, because they didn't want to have 2 wide receivers on one team. But if they were on different teams, who would you start? And I think you've put yourself in that position where you have 2 wide receivers on the same team. That sucks, but they're both good wide receivers with a good quarterback. So
yeah, I agree.
We got a question on Twitch. We'll answer real quick. I can't say your username, but Dr. 1 running back and 1 flex. Kenyon Drake, Mike Davis, Pollard, Patterson, and Sermon. 1 running back and 1 flex. Don't start Drake.
Yeah, Drake I'm not starting. I think for me is a toss-up between Tony and Cordero Patterson.
I'm going Davis and Pollard, personally.
I guess for the running back position, it was a toss-up between Tony and Cordero Patterson. Davis and
Davis I know he says Pollard? 1 running back and 1 flex. They're all running backs. So
yeah, true. Davis or Tony or who's Tony play the Eagle? I think I'm going Tony and Patterson.
All right, and I'm going Tony and Davis. I hope that helps.
Yeah.
Next question from Gator: would you trade JT and either Elijah Moore or Claypool for Eckler? And either Debo or Marvin Jones? That's a really confusing question, but I'm assuming you're saying JT and either Moore or Claypool for Eckler and Debo.
Eckler or Debo or Marvin, yeah.
I don't imagine anyone's giving up Eckler and Debo for JT and Elijah Moore, but yeah, I would do that.
Yeah, I would definitely take the Eckler side.
I have a trade offer for Kittle. They offered Antonio Brown and Austin Hooper. No.
Mm-hmm.
You don't take that trade offer, right? I mean,
yeah.
I just after week 1, everyone was so high on AB, and we said on this channel, trade him, get value for him, and a lot of people did. He's just gonna be inconsistent. Great to see Zach a little more upbeat today. Thanks, Kieran. Yeah, it was a rough Thursday for me. Timothy Park, even though Jacobs is out, I feel like Drake might have a high floor this week. He could.
Yeah, he definitely could. Who are the Raiders playing? Let me just
The Raiders are playing Miami. Miami's a good defense though. And I'm not so convinced that Drake is going to be the go-to. Like, they signed Peyton Barber and utilized him for whatever reason. They were like, "Oh, I know we just signed this backup in free agency for a lot of money. But let's go get Peyton Barber and utilize him a little bit." Like, I don't know, man. I personally don't want to start either of them.
Yeah, I'm just avoiding that backfield until JJ gets back. To be honest, that just feels more comfortable.
Get your tea game up, Dake. Honestly, that's what I'm talking about. A little green tea. I love it.
No.
Kareem Hunt, James White, Latavius Murray, or Javonte Williams. I think you got to go Kareem here with the options, but this does feel like a good week for Javonte. Danny Dimes or Tannehill against me.
GG's. You can answer that question.
Kieran and I are playing in a matchup. I'll be honest with you, Kieran. I will tell you exactly what my feelings were when I saw that Danny Dimes was in your lineup. I felt good because I think this is just a mind game. So he has the option to start Daniel Jones, who's playing Atlanta, or Ryan Tannehill, who's playing the Colts. It feels good that you don't know what to do. Personally, I would start Daniel Jones over Ryan Tannehill, but honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if Tannehill has a good week this week and Daniel Jones just shits the bed. Like, that wouldn't surprise me, but logic says to start Daniel Jones based off of everything we've seen and the matchup.
Yeah, based on that.
I'm excited that you're in that position against me because hopefully it works out for me. I need a win. I need a win this week. I just need something good. Come back, CMC. Would you stack Tyreek Hill and Pat Mahomes or Josh Allen and Diggs for DraftKings? I would go Tyreek and Mahomes in the matchup compared to Allen and Diggs. I like their matchup better.
Yeah, I agree. Pooh, P Diddy,
P
Pooh,
Diddy Papa Diddy Puff.
Jacoby Brissett or Mac Jones? Oh gosh, Mac Jones.
Jesus, you are first off, you are down bad, my guy.
That's nasty.
I don't know who's around you, but whoever is, just say, "Hey, I need a hug," and just hold it in. For the next however long you need to.
Surely there's somebody on the waivers. There has to be somebody better. A Kirk Cousins.
We gotta answer the question.
A Taylor Heineke. Somebody else.
I would start Heineke over both of these guys. Mac Jones against New Orleans and Jacoby Brissett versus the Raiders.
I'm going Mac Jones. I just feel better that he has Bill Belichick. That's really the reason why I will start him. He just feels better.
Brissett feels like on par to throw at least 3 interceptions.
Jokes, but he also can just have
he's competent. He's a competent quarterback.
Competent, but
Sutton or Patrick, you got to go Sutton. After last week, who knows what happens this week, but based on what we've seen. Ed Mack, full PPR, pick 2, Monty, Allen Robinson, or Matty if Dalvin sits.
Monty Allen.
Yeah, that's actually easy. Monty and A-Rob. Do we know if Lamar is going to be playing tomorrow? Yes. We have not heard that he won't.
Apparently he is playing. From all the reports saying that he just has a 7 bug. I think he was back at practice, if I'm not mistaken, and he was fine. I literally said that to Luke. I was like, he's constantly like sick.
He's not constantly sick. That's just not true.
Hey, thank you for the subscribe there. I didn't know how to say your name. Really appreciate you. I really, really appreciate you.
Boo Najuan. You know what? Comment how we should say your name, like the way it sounds, so we can actually.
I just got to the point where like I'd rather not butcher your name, and I'll just say thank you so much.
Yeah, Badaki is notoriously known for terribly messing up names.
I'm ESL if you didn't know. I'm actually not.
No, you're not. You're not ESL. Evans or Rondell Moore. I'm assuming that's Mike Evans.
Yeah.
I think you have to go Mike.
Mike Evans for sure.
Yeah. Rondell has. I actually don't think Rondell has a higher ceiling. Evans has a higher ceiling. Mm-hmm. Maybe Evans has a lower floor though. But you have to go Mike Evans.
James, if Cook is out, do I start Sermon or Madison? I'm actually starting Sermon in that scenario. If I know Cook is out, I'm
going Madison. I got nothing to worry about. I know Madison will be the guy. I don't know what's going to happen with Trey Sermon.
I think I would rather go higher upside, in my opinion. Every time we started Madison, he's going to be not every time, but last year, I remember the one time Dalvin Cook was out, he was a huge disappointment. I think I would rather go with the higher upside and the unknown than going with Madison and feeling disappointed.
You know what? Why the hell is Madison on your bench then?
You're right.
This is why he's on your bench. If you don't start Madison, you completely played yourself by even having him on your team.
Yeah, you're actually right.
What's up, Ray Gamer? We've not had you on the stream. Welcome. He said, for my flex and standard scoring. First off, Ray, you got to talk to your commission. Say, why are we playing standard scoring? Switch it up, baby. Should I start Clyde versus the Chargers, Kareem Hunt versus the Bears, or Tony Pollard versus the Eagles?
Maybe
That's
Kareem.
It feels like Kareem.
Kareem still. I mean, he gets the pass work as well, but
it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. So like, maybe
this
Clyde
feels
is the right
like
answer.
one of those trap questions. I'll be honest. Because I feel like all these guys are in a similar situation and opportunity.
I think maybe Clyde could be the right answer here, actually, instead of Kareem.
Yeah,
Kareem has a safer floor.
Mm-hmm.
Clyde Clyde can take off whenever. We just don't know. It feels like it's never going to happen. We just don't know when that's happening.
I think I would go Clyde because of the usage, but I hate it. I hate it. That sucks. Rolando.
Pittman, Mike Evans, OBJ, Claypool, assuming Wentz is healthy and Mike Evans is covered by Ramsey. Pittman, Evans, OBJ, Claypool. Look, for me, I'm not starting Pittman. That's the thing. Because he says,
I would go
Wentz
Mike
healthy,
Evans here.
Assuming Wentz is healthy. I am going Mike Evans.
I just don't think you should sit him.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, Ramsey's gonna play him, but he's not gonna only cover. Ramsey hasn't done that lately. He hasn't stayed on one person the entire game. So, I would go Evans.
Yeah,
it's tough because this feels like a trap. This really does feel like a trap question. But I will go Mike Evans with the options that you have.
That's gonna be such a good game to watch. Mike Evans. I'm going Mike Evans.
Do I start Joe Mixon or Jamar Chase PPR?
Joe Moneybag.
I actually would go Chase in that scenario. I know that sounds crazy.
I'm going Joe. I'm more confident in Joe.
I just hate the matchup for Joe.
Makes sense.
This is one of the worst matchups for him. I guess versus Pittsburgh. But I guess when you think about it, he's probably going to get more opportunities than Joe Mixon.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the right answer actually is Joe Mixon.
Sorry, this is going to be a good game to see how this offense is going to look without T if he doesn't play, because Jamar needs to get more looks. It has to happen.
Yeah. Trade CMC for Rondell Moore. Did we answer that properly? Joe Mixon's the answer.
Yes, Joe Mixon is the answer. We both agreed on that.
Trade CMC for Rondell Moore and Tyson Williams. I mean, CMC is worth more than that.
Mm-hmm.
So, no. Cord says Daniel Jones or Tannehill. This is a question a lot of people are going through right now. I think logic says you have to go Daniel Jones with the matchup, but it doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think I'm going Daniel Jones.
Venuin, I think is how you say it.
Mm-hmm.
Corey Davis, DJ Chark, or Waddle, PPR. That is a difficult ass question.
I think Zach Wilson will have a better day. So I'm
not against this defense, bro. This is going to be a rough week again.
I don't know. I mean, was it really the defense or was it the Belichick effect? I mean, which in turn is the defense, but this is that was the Belichick effect on Zach Wilson. Can that truly happen again? Can he have a worse day than he had last week? Surely he can't. Surely he's going to feel.
I think he can, but I mean, you have to start Corey Davis with the options.
Yeah, I like Corey Davis a lot better here.
With the options, you start him, but I don't like it. It feels like a trap. Big Ben is out versus the Bengals. Would you start any Steelers? My inside sources tell me. Trust me. I mean, you said this on Thursday's stream, but we haven't heard from anyone that Big Ben's out, bro.
It's already confirmed Big Ben's going to play, actually.
I think he has been confirmed to play. I could be wrong.
Mm-hmm. Maybe if you're asking if Big Ben is out, are you still starting any of the Steelers wide receivers? Maybe that's a good question.
At this time, it's unclear if Big Ben will play. This was 2 days ago, though.
Give me a second. Let me look up my sources.
Do you have any other site you could look at for Big Ben?
Give me a second.
If Big Ben doesn't play, then it's definitely harder to start any Steelers. But I know that you've got your sources, but I don't know that they would know more than. I think if it was public news, it would have been public news, if that makes sense.
Yeah, this is the
He did practice in a limited fashion as well.
And look what Joe put in the chat. That's just so
Yeah.
funny. Yes. Big Ben, good to go against Bengals. Pittsburgh Steelers quarterback Ben Rossberger was a full participant in practice on Friday, and is he good to go in Week 3 against the Cincinnati Bengals? He was even taken off the final injury report. So, it looks like he's playing. Anyways, excuse me. Do you guys know if Cook is good on the good side starting or on the bad side? I think he's on the good side. I think if there was a percentage of him having a start, I think for me is 85%. That's just me giving some leeway.
Fantasy catcher, by the way, we're not telling you that you don't have the right sources, by the way. Like, you could be right.
Yeah,
but it's just typically when someone doesn't practice to start the week, but then they get in practices to end the week. That's typically very good for their status.
Mm-hmm.
And the Steelers need to win games. I just don't imagine Big Ben sitting, but I could be wrong. I really could be. What did you say?
I was
Orlando. We don't know. It's truly a game time decision. Sorry, bro. I wish we had more sources for you.
Yeah, I just said I feel like 80% that he's going to play, an 85% chance.
Karen is telling me to start Big Ben. Really? I wonder who he's playing. He's playing me. Kane Z says Pitts, Pascal, or Osborne in the flex.
Pitts.
I would go Pitts. He's the safest option.
Yeah. Fantasy catch up. Noah Fant, Kyle Pitts, full PPR, and Evans. So question number 1, Fant or Kyle Pitts? I'm going Fant. Second question is Evans or Metcalf. Who's DK play again?
DK plays the
Vikings. DK.
Vikings.
Maybe it's DK. Evans just have a better matchup. At the same
it's
time,
definitely DK.
At the same time,
question
AB's out, so maybe that's
no question for me that it's DK. I think DK is gonna have a great week.
Shit.
A lot of people worried about him. I'm not one of those people.
He's not one of those people. You know who has DK? You like DK Metcalf, bro?
I do like DK Metcalf, but I can't trade with you because you're unreasonable with your prices.
What you mean? Who do you have in that league?
Now is not the time for us to have a trade conversation.
I really think one day we should have a live trade. Genuinely.
Yeah, we can do that. Maybe we can do that to end this stream. Noah Fant or Kyle Pitts. I just wanted to quickly check on this for myself. Yeah, the matchup's better for Fant. I desperately need Dak Prescott and Noah Fant to do absolutely shit this week because I'm playing them in 3 leagues. But Noah Fant is a start. Start Clyde or Gaskin. I would go Gaskin personally. I like his upside, and I think he needs to be great for this offense to be good. Clyde doesn't need to do anything. So, I would go Gaskin. Badaki.
I still have to go Clyde here, man.
You have to go Clyde.
His ceiling, his floor right now, according to Cleveland's game in week 1, is 10 points. If he can get you 10 points, I'm happy with that. His floor, that's his floor currently.
Yeah. Well, didn't he get less than that last week? So that's not his floor.
I mean, yeah, true. I mean, I truly believe that's his floor.
His floor is 3 points. Let's be honest. You know what sucks about Clyde? They just don't need him. They don't need him. So they need Gaskin to win.
They need him. Kieran, you
Tom
have
Brady
Clyde?
or Jalen Hurts? Yes, Tom is Tom, but Jalen is a much easier matchup. Yeah, I get it. And he's got a 4-point passing touchdown league. That definitely makes it interesting. I don't think I can sit the GOAT though. I would start Tom Brady.
Same. I agree.
Will Josh Allen bounce back? Yes, he will.
Mm-hmm.
We're not too worried about Josh Allen personally. I still think he's going to be a great option going forward. Deep league in dealing with injuries. What's up, Dried Ocean? Oh God, this question makes me feel pain for you.
I think this is an easy answer. It's Peyton Barber.
Do I go Peyton Barber or James Conner? You think it's easy?
I think that's easy. I mean, it feels like James hasn't done. Let me just double check what's James done.
I actually disagree. I think I would go James Conner.
Is that hold on, Conner.
I'm definitely going James Conner against Jacksonville. You know what's crazy is Conner's actually been relatively involved. Keep in mind the game versus the Vikings, they needed to score a lot of points, so he wasn't as involved, but he's still getting good opportunities. So I would go James Conner. I hate that you're in that position, but that's what I would do.
Let me just see the attempts. 16-8, yeah. The matchup is better for James Conner. Peyton Barber definitely does have a tougher matchup.
I'm not ever going to start Peyton Barber ever in my life. No. You cannot pay me to start.
Peyton Barber is playing Miami, so technically that's a good matchup according to.
That's a bad matchup. That's a good defense.
According to stats right now.
No. Too early. Over there on Twitch, we have Jars who said I traded CMC for Adams and Devonta. If that's Devonta Adams, I'm actually okay with that. That's an example where you can trade CMC for good value.
Mm-hmm. I like it.
Javonte Williams or Chase Edmonds?
Chase matchup.
Yeah. Gotta go Chase. Full PPR start one. Go to my sister's breakfast to celebrate her birthday, or say I'm sick so I can watch the entire Giants game.
You have to say you're sick. You're watching the game point blank, period.
I used to work for Apple, and the only complaints I ever got as an employee was that I was watching sports too much, because I would put it on the Apple TV in the store. I would have it on my phone on the table, watching it, waiting for people to talk to me. So all that to being said, I will do anything to get out of anything to watch sport. So I'm always going to tell you to do that. Do you think D-Hop will play tomorrow? I do think he will. This is one of the most questionable ones personally.
It's doubtful. I mean, his game time decision, true game time decision.
Is he rated doubtful? Did he get downgraded?
He was rated doubtful, and well,
is that real? Because I did not see him get downgraded to doubtful.
Let me read it to you. Well, now it's questionable. DeAndre Hopkins listed as questionable for Sunday's game at Jacksonville. As expected at the close, Kingsbury revealed early Friday that Hopkins could come down to a game time decision ahead of the team at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard kickoff. The wideout did not practice at all this week. Thank you so much, Quarters, for following on there on Twitch. And Icky. Quarters and Icky. Quarter and Greedy. Okay, wow. I don't know what's going on here.
Jesus, thank you for the follow.
We got Quarters, Ricky, Trans. What is going on?
God, what is going on?
I don't know.
How are there so many similar usernames?
I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What is happening? Is this a... Okay, you gotta turn it off. I think someone's trolling us.
Well, it's over now. Thank you so much for following.
The hell just happened?
All those accounts?
I'm 95% sure D-Hop will play. He's a type to play through injuries, but it's hard to say. But if he plays, you play him. You can't sit him.
This is what the report says. Given his long history of playing through nagging injuries without many practice reps, however, he typically logs at least one limited practice, so there is a real cause for concern this week. If Hopkins ends up sitting, the Cardinals can obviously trot out, blah, blah, blah. These are the players that they're going to be using.
Nah, I think D-Hop will play. D-Hop doesn't miss games. He doesn't do that. He plays through injuries, very similar to Julio throughout his career before last year. I could be wrong, but I do think D-Hop plays. Fantasy Catch-Up says, LMFAO, I'm weak. You like DK Metcalf? I know. He's always trying to finesse me. Gonna go have lunch? Have fun. Have fun.
Have fun. Have fun, Karina. Yeah. Frangos?
If you're hearing lunch, but I could definitely go for Frangos. I might get that later. If you're hearing lunch, you're like, what? We live in Sydney right now. We're both Americans, but we live in Sydney, Australia.
Guys.
And by the way, join the Discord if you want a good fantasy community. That's pinned in the chat. We got a great Discord where you can ask all of our community a bunch of different questions, and it actually does feel like a family.
Hey, we have a live show called Talk It Up as well every Thursday night and Saturday night. We go live. Zach and I, we go live for the Sunday night and Thursday night games. Obviously, we watched the Panthers and Texans last week or this Thursday, and this Sunday.
Yep.
Packers at 49ers. Pretty pumped. Steve's going to be here. Hopefully, Zach's could be here. We're going to see how that works out, but we're pretty excited.
Yeah. 1-6 last week. I don't know what that means, Kieran. Engelbert, what's up? Engelbert, friend of the show. He made for Talk It Up. He made our startup sound.
Sneak peek. Not really sneak peek.
That's
anymore.
it right there.
Sneak.
I got Clyde. I need him to do work. Always start the GOAT. Never bet against him. Yep, I agree. Clyde needs to show us something. I'm more worried about Clyde than Gibson. A lot of people worried about Gibson, but I think Gibson's more necessary to his offense for them to succeed. Clyde, they don't actually need Clyde to play to win games. So. And Clyde's like, the difference between Clyde and Gibson, Gibson's like a freak athlete. He's so talented. Clyde's not. He's not explosive. Mike Davis or Trey Sermon? Let's see, Mike Davis or Trey Sermon. That is really difficult because if we knew Trey Sermon was a starter, I would easily say Trey Sermon.
Let me pull up my where's my phone? Let me pull up my sources and read what's happening with Trey.
I think Trey starts personally. So I'm willing to take the risk on Trey Sermon. But who does Mike Davis play? He plays the Giants. Actually, I'm gonna go Mike Davis. Because he's the safer option. Here's how you play this. Do you need high upside? Are you playing a really good opponent? Start Sermon and hope that something good happens. But do you have a good team already and you just need a safe floor? In that scenario, you start Mike Davis.
Look.
Can we continue, or do you feel like you're about to say something very important?
I'm saying like I was going with the safer floor and other players, but I don't think Mike Davis for me has a safe floor. Mike Davis has, I guess in my eyes, a floor to avoid. 3-4 points, in my opinion, that can happen.
It's a structural issue.
Yeah, and. The expectation is that Trey Sermon is going to be the starter. The report is that he is expected to be the starter. Doesn't mean he will be. But the thing is...
we also expected a lot of things to happen in that 49ers backfield.
But look, and Hasty is out, right? Elijah Mitchell is doubtful. And who they have? They have Trent Cannon. They have Jaquez Patrick. And then they just brought up Kerryon Johnson. And Chris Thompson is their other options from the practice squad. Do you really believe they're going to bring up Kerryon, Chris Thompson to be a starting back or a running back by committee in this backfield?
I don't know.
I don't know. In my opinion, you throw those guys out the window. Okay, not literally. Right, and then you have Jaquez Patrick.
There's a lot of questions, so let's get to the point real quick.
And just Trent, and then really think about it though. I think I'm going Trey Sermon here. That's what I had to say.
Okay. All right, I get it. I'm going Mike Davis. I gotta trust Sermon before I start him.
Mm-hmm.
I'll drop $50 right now, Zach, if you will start Peyton Barber. I mean, if you drop a super chat, yeah, I'll start Peyton Barber in a league, in one league. Yeah, I'll do that. He said I get to choose when. 100%. If you drop $50, if you drop a $50 super chat, 1,000% I will start Peyton Barber whenever you want me to. I mean, it's $50. I'm not gonna say no to $50.
You have to choose when. He's gonna choose when you play him. Imagine he gives you $50 and you still lose, Chase. That's just mental.
Kieran says, "Nah, I don't have him. I just can't be a CH believer. I don't think he's a top 20 running back." Yeah, right now it doesn't look like that's the case.
Unfortunately, I'm
Preston.
Still, hopefully,
I don't think we've had Preston on the stream before.
Preston.
Could be wrong. That's my bad if I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm looking to trade for Sutton. I have Corey Davis, Fuller, Jacoby Myers, and McKissick that I'm willing to trade. What should I offer to do that?
Obi-Wan. Thank you for following.
Appreciate that. I would be throwing out a Will Fuller and McKissick. See what happens. Trades are really hard to suggest on stream because everyone views players so differently. But that's what I would try.
Mm-hmm.
Digby dog. Who should I start at my flex? Allen Robinson or Trey Sermon? Rondell Moore, Trey Sermon, Cordell Patterson. Which?
Which should I start?
That was hard to read.
Allen Robinson, Trey Sermon, Rondell Moore,
If you have one option, it's Allen Robinson.
Yes, it has to be Allen Robinson.
Versus Jefferson Jr. Zach Pack.
Justin Jefferson.
Stream. I don't know when the stream's ending. It's just whenever it dies down. Really, we try and stay on as long as possible.
Yeah.
I don't understand the question though. I'm sorry.
I think it's Justin Jefferson potentially. If you're saying start one, Justin Jefferson or Zach Pascal, it's Justin Jefferson.
Jefferson Jr. So it's not Jefferson Jr. or it's not Justin Jefferson. You're gonna have to ask that question again. I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Kyle's Money says, LOL, Sermon or Moore? I would go Rondell Moore.
Yeah, I'll go Rondell Moore as well.
We got a lot riding on Rondell Moore this week. And I just want to preemptively say normally when there's a lot riding that I have on a player, it doesn't work. I curse them.
It's going to be the
GG's boys.
I want to say sorry in advance.
That's what it's going to be. GG's boys.
I love you guys not being weird. Y'all a huge part of my life. Y'all like fam to me in a way. I'd live to go on live with y'all one day. My dream is to be a sports talker. Hey, huge love, fantasy. Catch up. That means a lot, bro. I appreciate that. Mm-hmm. I got a little emotional this morning because obviously the news of Mike Tags.
Yeah.
He worked with Fantasy Pros and he passed away because of COVID. And he was the first fantasy analyst I ever listened to. And he's definitely a reason why we do this, because I realized, dang, I could actually potentially, I could actually make a career out of the one thing I love the most, which is talking about football and talking about fantasy. And anyway, I just want to say, the fantasy community is definitely a community. I feel that there's so many people that we know and that we have gotten to know because of Fantasyland. And I totally get it. It's definitely a family. We view it as a family and we care about, things that happen. And if you do want a community, our Discord is actually, a lot of people got each other's back in there. So I appreciate that fantasy catch up though. That means a lot.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions on Twitch that I've been missing?
Yes, LB1, what's good? Chuba or Royce? I feel like neither works. I'll take Chuba, no doubt, every single day. Another one. Let's come.
Sorry, I just want to say quickly because I don't think I properly addressed it. I just want to say rest in peace to Tags, by the way.
Right. Yes.
And praying for his family. And I can't imagine what they're going through. And, I know I'm only one of many people, but he impacted so many people. And it makes me want to be that for other people. So rest in peace and praying for his family.
Absolutely. Love the Tags. Sorry. Good old Tags, huh? Fantasy pros.
Yeah.
Chuba or Royce? I think it's Chuba. Rondell Moore, not James, not Robinson. Yes, I like Rondell. Yeah, Rondell Moore. I think we said that.
5 push-ups if Rondell Moore does not do more than James Robinson. Yes, I will do. I will do 50 push-ups if Rondell Moore doesn't do better than James Robinson.
Oh gosh, this is scary.
Yeah, I can do that. Might take me 5 days. Yeah, Mike was the man. Yeah, he was the man. All right, it's definitely it's rough, man. It's rough, but shout out to his family, and I hope they're doing well. It's gonna take a while. Anyway, I don't know what to say. What kind of value looking to trade for Jamar Chase? I said this when I released that Rondell Moore video. I don't think you can trade for Jamar Chase right now. He's such a big name, and there's just no one who owns Jamar Chase that is going to give you a discount. You're not going to go to the Jamar Chase owner and get a discount for him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he feels like a guy that you just can't trade for because there is still risk. It looks great. There is still risk, but his value is pretty high. I mean, let me ask you some names. Would you rather have, let's say, Jamar Chase or Julio Jones? Mike Evans, Debo. These are the kind of names, maybe Robert Woods. Those feel like the names you're going to have to throw out to get a Jamar Chase. And I just don't think that's worth it right now.
Mm-hmm. That was the first guy that came to mind was Roberto. If I could trade Roberto for Chase, and I don't think I can.
Love Roberto.
Roberto Woods.
Yeah. So I just don't think you can trade for Chase right now, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But if it's in Dynasty, I mean, you're gonna have to give up a lot to get Jamar Chase in Dynasty.
Yeah.
Oliver Stanford says Trees or play it safe with James White. You got to go Bobby Trees, baby.
Mm-hmm. Give it a Bobby.
Can't sit Bobby Trees. Cortland, Sutton, Gaskin, or Sterling Shepard. I would be going Sutton, given the options based off what we saw last week. But that is kind of a trap question. It's hard to really predict what's going to happen there.
Yeah, I definitely like Sutton. Does it feel like Sterling is a safer play there?
Yeah, Shepard he definitely feels like the safer play. I like the upside of Sutton more though.
I agree. I think I'm going Sterling because I just want to play a little bit safer. I do like Cortland. This is a guy that I really believed in coming into the offseason. But Sterling for me.
Kieran says, Zach, how are you feeling about Washington's defense this year? Defense hasn't been what we expected so far. I mean, I said that on the live stream. Badaki's a Giants fan. I'm a Washington fan. On our live show every Thursday Night Football, Sunday Night Football, we have Talk It Up where we cover the games. And I said after that game, bro, my biggest takeaway from these first 2 weeks is that our defense is way overrated. I think the talent is there. I expect us to recover, but as of right now, we are well underperforming what the expectations were. So, yeah, I'm disappointed in our defense so far, personally.
Joseph, which two should I start? James Robinson, Chase Edmonds, Drake, Rondell Moore. I'm starting Chase and Rondell.
Yeah.
Chase Edmonds and Rondell Moore. Zach, you got me tearing up. Yeah, amen. I'll be back in 15 minutes.
Probably. Yeah, I imagine we'd still be going.
Yeah, depending on the questions. Engelberg.
Yeah.
For the Chase trade, I have Jefferson, Gallaudet, Elijah Moore, Ayuk to throw in. It's in Dynasty that I'm looking to get
Jefferson.
him.
Don't trade Justin Jefferson away.
Yeah, it's
Gallaudet,
hard.
Elijah Moore, Ayuk. Unfortunately, the Gallaudet, Elijah Moore, Ayuk, there's just
it's no value right now for any of those guys.
Just,
it feels like.
Yeah, none of those guys have the resume this year to go after him.
Yeah.
I would comfortably spend I would comfortably give 2 first-round picks plus a player for Jamar Chase. I just don't think the Jamar Chase owner is going to be ready to give up. You think about it, the Jamar Chase owner, he spends big value on Jamar Chase. All through the preseason, people say, "Oh, look, Jamar Chase is a bust," and they're thinking, "Damn it! Well, no, I bought him. I'm gonna believe in him." And then the season starts, and they get instantly rewarded. It's gonna be really, really difficult to trade for Jamar.
Yeah, I agree.
What might be better is for you to approach the Jamar Chase owner and say, "Hey, what would you be willing to trade Jamar Chase for?" And then start a conversation.
Yeah, I agree. Oh my gosh. On the bones.
On the bones? What are you talking about?
No, I'm just.
Are you watching Netflix right now or something?
And now I'm just being nosy in somebody else's live.
If Gallaudet, I guess I'm going to continue here. If Gallaudet sits, Shepard could have a day out. I agree. That definitely could happen.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm curious to see what Shepard looks like with Evan Ingram playing.
Yeah, I think it's definitely going to open up for Evan Ingram.
Yeah.
Like with this offense, there's going to be a lot more. I mean, it was consistent last week.
I don't think you can start Ingram, but I think it might hurt Shepard if Ingram's playing.
I agree. All good. You'll be back. All right, Kyle. Afraid of Henderson. Thinking Cordero, Patterson, or maybe Singletary. Full PPR. Yeah, I'm still going Henderson. He is a guy. I get it. It's a tough matchup.
Matchup's bad. Yep.
But I feel more comfortable starting him over Patterson or Singletary. Singletary only had one good game at the moment, so it's definitely hard. Obi-Wan.
We're gonna get to Marty's question, but we have a question on Twitch that we should answer.
Obi-Wan, I have Kyler, D-Hop, Keenan Allen, Dalvin, Kareem Hunt, Goddard, Julio on my bench, Madison, Tony, Jones, Pittman, and Mooney. Who can I grab?
What do you mean? Who can I grab? Yeah. What do you mean by that?
He just says, also, I have Latavius Murray and Mike Evans. Yeah, what do you mean by that?
Sounds like your team is stacked, but let us know what you mean. Is there people on the waiver that you're trying to grab? Yeah. Let us know who the options are. All right, Marty on YouTube. All of my wide receiver options are A-Rob, Mike Williams, Cortland Sutton, and Shepard. Who y'all starting out of them? I'm assuming let us know, Marty, if you're watching, how many do you have to start? How many options are there? And is this a PPR league? A-Rob's a must start. There's no doubt about that. I think right now you should start Mike Williams over Sutton and Shepard. So I think I would go with those two. Mike Williams feels like a trap, but you have to start him based off of what we've seen. What about you, Badaki?
Yeah, I completely agree. I think, I agree with everything you said.
Sorry, there's a question on Twitch from Tim the Fat Dad.
Tim the Fat Dad.
I love that username. Gronk or Mark Andrews, full PPR. PPR, I still believe in Andrews more.
I still believe in Andrews more as well. I think you have to go with him.
But if you're starting this week, I would still go Andrews. I like the matchup better. Obi-Wan says, what do I do? Who do I pick up on waivers? I'm kind of stacked, but if that's my only backups.
Yeah, look, that one's a really hard question just because we can't see who's on your waivers. Yeah. Obviously, we don't know what other teams or how many teams you have in how many leagues, how many teams are in your league.
I'll say this. If you're looking to drop one of the guys that you mentioned, Tony Jones feels like someone that you could drop. I don't think he's going to be valuable unless Alvin Kamara goes down. And you even look at that offense, it looks bad, really bad.
I think, if we just had to throw some names out there, maybe a Kenneth Gainwell, Darnell Mooney. I'm pretty sure he should be picked up already. I don't know if you want to take a shot on Elijah.
James White?
Yeah, James White and Elijah Moore if you like. Jordan, thank you so much for subscribing there on YouTube. Jordy, sorry.
Jordy.
I'm trying to think of names all the top of my head right now.
What would be helpful though is if you just give us a list of names that you're considering. That would make it easier on us to give you the right answer. Tim the Fat Dad, appreciate you, bro. By the way, I'm answering that question assuming that Lamar Jackson's playing.
Flash Red, thank you for following there on Twitch as well.
Appreciate that.
McBride.
We had a question on YouTube.
Yeah, Q McBride. Brontosaurus is fine. I don't know how to even say that.
Appreciate it.
Brosaurus? I don't know how to say it. Also, this guy is hurt at receiver, and I'm thinking I'm kind of deep. I need one more running back. I'm giving away Mike Williams, Marvin Jones, and Hawkinson for Kamara.
Wait, we didn't answer Sermon, Devonta Smith, or Marvin Jones.
Oh, did we not? Oh, I'm so sorry.
Sermon, Devonta Smith, or Marvin Jones. I would go Marvin Jones personally.
Marvin Jones. I love Devonta Smith this week, by the way. Great matchup, great opportunity there. All right, back to his question. So, which makes sense. I'm giving away. This is kind of hard because I don't really understand it.
Let me try and read it. Also, this guy is hurt at receiver, so a guy in his league. And I'm kind of deep. I need more running back. I'm giving away Mike Williams, Marvin Jones, and Hawkinson for Kamara. At this point, I'm not comfortable to trade the house for Kamara. I'm worried about Kamara. So, yeah, I can't trade the house for Kamara right now. He's not one of those top running backs I'm willing to do that for. I would be more comfortable with doing that for Derrick Henry, Dalvin Cook, Austin Eckler, Aaron Jones. But right now, I know Kamara is going to be valuable, but I don't want to spend the house on him. I want a discount on him. I want to find the owner that's worried about the offense. I still want Kamara, but I want him at a discount. I'm not willing to pay the big price, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I'm actually interested in who his second running back is because maybe you can kind of get that lower tier running back at a better price and just still have a decent upside if you are struggling at running back. But yeah, if that makes any sense.
Next question.
Tony, good evening, guys. Thank you for solid advice and joining the chat. All love, man. Thank you so much. Flex PPR question: Amari Cooper or Trey Sermon or Sterling Shepard? Amari Cooper. Another subscriber there on YouTube. Thank you so much.
Love. Thank you for all the follows and subscribers tonight, if that's how you say it. Thank you for all the love, guys. That's awesome. Appreciate it. If you have not done so yet, join our Discord if you want a good community where you can pop trade questions by and start sits and waivers and a whole bunch of other things. Discord on Twitch is in our about, and on YouTube it's pinned in the comments. Engelbert, we had a couple questions on Twitch I think we should answer. Bronth follow. I'm trying to understand some of these. Gronk good for 30 yards in a tud. Let's come back to that too. More push-ups. Yeah, Gronk could get 30 yards and a touchdown. That wouldn't surprise me.
Right.
My waiver is chalked, but if there was anyone worth fab, Flash Red says following up on that, Sermon or Julio Jones in flex. I would go Julio Jones over Sermon. I'm trying to get
Go
through
to
these
Twitch.
They're kind of confusing.
No, I get it.
Bronth says Bronth needs to. I love how he talks in third person. Bronth needs to start Tanny, Jones, Fields, or Cousins. Bronth is in a bad place. Bronth also has Komet in case that matters. Tannehill, Daniel Jones, Justin Fields, or Kirk Cousins. Who does Cousins play?
Cousins
this week
plays the Seahawks, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Yeah, he plays.
I think I would go Kirk.
Kirk's been nice. If you want to go based off matchup, you go Jones out of all those guys. If you want to go with, it feels like Cousins has been consistent.
And also the Seahawks are going to be able to score. So Kirk Cousins is going to have to score. That's the way I look at it.
I agree. I hear you. I hear you on that.
Yeah, I do Sterling over Coop. Half PPR Tim the Fat Dad says, who should I start at wide receiver 2? Sterling Shepard, Devonta Smith, or Rondell Moore? I would be going Rondell Moore. I like the upside. No, of course, Obi-Wan. You can always add your.
Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you kind of just went out for a quick second.
Yeah, no, my PC, I'm using my PC. My Bluetooth just randomly stops working and it just disconnects everything. But you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you now. It stopped. I felt like I heard your dad or something.
Well, Dad is not even close to me.
It just sounded like I was like, wait, what? Is that Randy Dan Savage?
No, it's not Randy Dan. All right, let's get back to YouTube. What was the next thing? Sorry, guys, we got a little off track there.
Hey, all love for another subscriber there on YouTube. Really appreciate you. If you want your questions asked, I guess as soon as possible. What happened?
You said if you want your answers.
I know.
If you want your questions asked.
Yeah, if you want your questions,
let's swap those around.
If you want your questions answered, we do have a super chat. Obviously, there's a lot of people here. We're gonna go one at a time here in order, just so you guys know.
I think Engelbert is the first one on YouTube.
Clyde,
we are gonna go in order with these questions. If you want one answered straight away, just drop a super chat. We'll answer it straight away. Clyde or Chuba Hubbard? I'm assuming that's rest of the season. I would still prefer Clyde.
I agree.
Jordy, thank you for the kind comment. I appreciate that. Karen, I know it's been awesome. Thank you for all the follows and subscribes tonight. Ing says, Clyde or Chuba for week 4. Seeing that week 3 Chuba already played, I would actually feel more comfortable starting Chuba than Clyde next week, I think. I don't think you're going to agree with me, though.
No, I mean, I understand why. Let me see who's Clyde playing. I just need to see. He plays Philly at Philly.
Man, that's a good defense so far against running backs.
Yeah. Look, when we in week 4, we'll come back to it. Okay. Let's see what Clyde does this week. Chase, AJ Green and Trey Sermon were offered to me for Saquon Barkley. Snap accepted.
As in you got Barkley? Because what the hell? Why is no one in my leagues giving me these kind of trades? That's amazing. Congratulations. I'm angry and jealous. PPR flex, Myers, McKissick, Hines, or Kirk. Man, Hines is such like the definition of a boomer bust, isn't it? Jacoby Myers, McKissick, Hines, or Kirk.
I would go McKissick here. I'm starting McKissick in a couple leagues, hoping that he continues that streak and has like a decent floor of 8 points in the flex spot. Myers so far has had his floor has been 6 to 8 points. So I think it's going to be a hard matchup for McKissick and the Bills.
Who did the Colts play?
The Colts.
They played Tennessee.
Yeah, there you go.
This is hard. I'll be honest with you. I don't want to play J.D. McKissick. Yes, week 2 was good, but what about week 1? We can't just ignore what happened in week
100%. I completely agree. But I mean, it's the same thing with.
If D-Hop misses this game, I would go Christian Kirk. If D-Hop plays, I would personally rather play Jacoby Myers because of the consistent targets and the safer floor. C. Fran, the man, 1 says, start Rodgers or Hurts this week. Thanks. We have a saying here, start your stars. Aaron Rodgers is a star, so we would both say Aaron Rodgers.
Absolutely.
Kyle's Money says, Tyson Williams or Marvin Jones, full PPR. Full PPR makes it a little bit more interesting, but I think you have to go Tyson with the matchup.
I'm going Tyson with the matchup. It's just too good there. We got a couple questions back on Twitch. I see Tim the Fat Dad, half PPR. Who should I start? Wide receiver 2.
I've already done that one.
Really? Oh gosh.
I'll pick up where we left off. Royce Freeman's gonna dog his touches. Yeah, he could. Flash Red said, who do y'all think has a better rest of season, Mixon or Zeke?
There we go. I was trying to find it.
I still believe in Zeke over Mixon rest of season, personally.
Mm-hmm.
Do you?
Yeah, I do believe. I'm actually just finally catching up. I've been trying to find it. Yeah, I do. I like Zeke. I like Zeke rest of season as well. 100%.
Yeah. And by the way, guys, Pollard and Zeke can coexist together and still be fantasy relevant.
Mm-hmm.
PPR flex. Oh, we already answered that one. Start Thielen, Evans, Shepard. This is from Fran the Man. Start Thielen, Evans, Shepard, Debo, and Ridley. You can pick 2 things. You're not sitting Calvin Ridley. Oh man, you have some great options. This feels like a trap. I'll be honest. Sometimes when there's really great options, it feels like we're a little bit trapped because we could give you the wrong one.
I'm going
Thielen, Evans, Shepard, Debo, Ridley. I think let's get Shepard out of there.
Yeah, let's get Shepard.
I would sit Evans.
I'm doing Thielen, Ridley.
So really, I again, like you start Ridley. So for me now, I'm trying to figure out between Adam Thielen and Debo, and I'm just trying to figure out who they're playing. Seattle and Green Bay. I would go Adam Thielen.
You said that the Seahawks are gonna score. They're gonna be able to score. So
I would go Adam Thielen and Ridley.
Yeah, I believe so as well. I'm Thielen, Ridley.
D Animal 151.
Come on,
full point.
Pick 2.
Pick 2. Gaskin, Shepard, Boyd, Juju, Cooper. Ooh. I'm assuming that's Amari Cooper, and you have to start him.
You have to start Amari Cooper.
So let's take Shepard out of there.
Mm-hmm.
So it's between Gaskin, Boyd, and Juju for me.
I think for me, based on matchup, based that T is out, I might potentially go Boyd here.
Yeah,
I'm doing that in multiple leagues already. I'm starting Boyd over Shepard in one league. I think I would sit Gaskin just because that matchup is tough, but you expect Boyd to get the opportunity now with quote unquote T Higgins being out.
Yeah. I think I would go Boyd as well. Yeah. It feels like Boyd or Juju could be on the line with each other, but yeah, I would go Boyd as well.
Mm-hmm.
So Amari and Boyd. Love you, Ingsy. Thanks for showing up to the stream. Did we miss any questions over on Twitch yet?
PPR Sterling. I'll do Jones or Obi-Wan. I'll do Jones or Fields is on Detroit and Jones ATL.
No, Obi-Wan's just giving his opinion on something.
Okay.
Bronth has another
would you
question.
drop?
Would you drop?
Yeah, sorry.
Who would you drop for Josh Gordon's stash? No one. I wouldn't drop anyone.
So
I don't want Josh Gordon.
Mm-hmm. And then Flash as well.
We've been here before, so
yeah. So if I can get Zeke for a discount, should I pull the trigger? I already use a lot of my trade pieces to get Tyreek Hill, so I'm looking for a solid RB1, RB2.
Yeah, I think Zeke's a good buy low.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah, 100%.
100%.
I definitely think Zeke is a buy low. That's what I did. Flash buy low on Zeke if you can. Yeah, that's Chase there. Okay, back to YouTube here. Where were we? The Happy PR, C Fran, yeah. The Animal, Engelbert, yeah.
The next question is from Chase. He said, I traded away Barkley, but it was a joke. I declined it. Oh, okay.
All right. Fantasy catch up.
Getting bad trades is always frustrating. He's back. Damian Harris or Chris Carson. I feel better about Chris Carson
100%
this week.
It's definitely Chris. The Animal, I got Waller for Tyson Williams and Devonta Smith.
So you got Waller for...
I think that's good.
That's very good.
I think that's really good.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah. Chase, yeah, he must be hurting at running back for sure.
Yeah,
Jordy,
seriously.
Tim Patrick versus Giants or Jacoby versus the Saints? Or the Jets, versus the Jets.
Gotta be Timmy.
Yes, has to be.
I traded Mike Williams and Sutton for Jonathan Taylor because my best RBs were Jacobs and McKissick. I like the trade. I'm still under the impression that Mike Williams will be boom or bust. I'm not all aboard the consistent train for him yet. So, yes. Fantasy Catch-Up says Mike Evans, OBJ, Jamar Chase, Michael Pittman, pick 2 PPR. I think I will go Evans and Chase.
Yes. Evans and Chase.
Ron Londo.
Edward, thank you so much for subscribing there, brother. Really appreciate you.
Hey, big love. Assuming Cook won't play, would you guys play Sermon or Madison? I also have the option of playing Saquon instead of Cook. Saquon plays at 11, Cook plays at 225. I would say if it's confirmed that Cook is out, you start Saquon. No question. But if you don't know that before the game starts.
Yeah. My other question to you would be, who is that other running back? Who's that second running back that you are starting over Saquon? Because Saquon does have a really good matchup with the expectation of him to at least hit that double digit standpoint. So he has JT.
Saquon's a start of the week. So
yeah, Saquon was our start of the week. JT is playing the Titans. Man, that's hard.
That is hard.
Maybe flex. Say who's in your flex? See, this is really hard.
Sounds like he's in an 8 or 10 man league. So he's probably got a lot of good options. I would probably play Madison over Sermon, but I would prefer to have Saquon there. I hope that helps. Chase says I was able to package Mike Williams and got a couple bench pieces for Keenan Allen. Yeah, that's a great trade. I like it. Amari Cooper or Sterling Shepard, you got to go Amari.
Yep.
You start your stars.
Yep.
Jordy says don't start Evans.
Oh.
Given the options, I understand it because of Jalen Ramsey. I don't think Ramsey's going to be shadowing him all the entire game. I understand there are better options than Mike Evans, but given some people's options, you still have to start him. Daniel Jones versus Atlanta or Brady? You go Brady. We can't sit Brady.
Yeah, start your stars.
What's up, Tyler?
What's happening, brother?
What's up, Fantasy Land Flex PPR? Would you guys give Clyde another shot or Kenny Gallaudet or KJ Osborne? That's tough, man. I'm sorry that you're in that position. That is rough. Clyde, Kenny Gallaudet, or KJ Osborne, Badaki?
This is disgusting.
I'm trying to look at their matchups real quick. So Clyde's versus the Chargers.
And then KG versus
I don't think
Falcons.
you can start KJ Osborne yet.
No.
I like what we've seen from him, but I don't think you can start him yet.
I think you still have to go with the higher
Clyde.
upside player is Clyde. He has the better offense. We have another apparently bomb. Who knows?
How does that happen?
I actually don't know. Apparently, but if you're not a bot, thank you so much for subscribing on YouTube or following on YouTube. But
Imagine
sorry,
they're just real people.
Sorry that we called you a bot.
I think you have to go Clyde. Did you say Clyde?
Yeah, you have to go Clyde because he's just on the better offense.
Yeah, I don't love what I've seen from Kenny Gallaudet, and KJ Osborne looks great, but he's still a wait and see.
Hey, you got a donation, super chat. Really appreciate you, man.
Hey, thank you for the donation, Easy Money. Let's answer his question straight away. Hollywood, Rondell, or Tyler Boyd for a flex.
Ooh, so we're not gonna start. We're not gonna start Hollywood. I think it's Rondell, Tyler Boyd. If DeAndre Hopkins does not play, I'm going Tyler Boyd. More comfortable.
Wait.
Sorry, if DeAndre Hopkins does play, I'm going Tyler Boyd.
Okay, and if he doesn't.
If he doesn't play, I think I'm leaning more towards Rondell.
So let's say that Higgins and D-Hop play. In that scenario, I would go Rondell. If Higgins misses time, then I think I'm going to go Boyd.
I agree.
So if Higgins doesn't play, I'm playing Tyler Boyd.
I agree.
I hope that helps. Hey, thank you so much for the donation there. That means a lot. Rolando says his flex was Brandon Cooks. That worked out for you this week for sure. Javonte Williams or Trey Sermon, non-PPR. I would go Javonte Williams.
In the future, you should put anyone that plays on Thursday night in your starting position so you have options in the flex.
Yeah.
Just so you know, it definitely helps in in scenarios
Never
like
have
this.
a Thursday night football player in your flex.
Yeah.
So you have the flexibility next week or for the rest of the week.
For the rest of the week, absolutely. Javonte Williams or Trey Sermon, non-PPR, Javonte.
Yeah. Tough, but I agree. Hopefully CEH rebounds. Thanks again. Been spreading the word. Keep it up. Thank you, Tyler. Appreciate the love, bro.
Appreciate you.
Hey man, it happens, Rolando. Don't stress.
Nah,
but I think that's all the questions we have right now, unless you guys have some more.
Yeah, once again, guys, talk it up every Thursday night and Sunday night. We watch the games live with you. We react to the games. We talk smack. We talk shit. We talk about this. We have fantasy players. It's really exciting because I have George Kittle. We have a Packer fan coming on Sunday night, which is going to be really fun. So, I really want my team to succeed. I'm 0-2 right now in the league that I really, really want to win. And George Kittle has to do something special, please. Talk it up George. Every Thursday night and Sunday night. 7:40 Eastern Standard Time. We go a little bit early. We talk about all the need to know news, the starts to watch, our game predictions, upset of the week. We're just really excited about that. And we obviously do giveaways. We hopefully we're going to be doing more giveaways soon. We have a jersey coming soon. Hopefully, so stay tuned for that.
Yes. So we have more questions. Rolando says, so Madison instead of Sermon if Cook won't play. Sorry, last question. Yeah, I would go Madison instead of Sermon if Cook won't play personally. But I think Badaki sees it the other way.
For me, it's the other way. I'm not too excited about Madison at the moment. He let us down last year, even though it was one game. We don't know what Sermon's gonna do, but I think he's gonna be the starter. And he will at least get
Here's what I have to ask you, Rolando. If Madison's been on your bench since the draft, what is he there for? If you're not going to play him right now, if Cook sits,
I agree.
If you decide this week to not play Madison and Cook is out and Madison's a starter, he shouldn't be on your team. There's no reason to have him. Anyway. Tomorrow should be an awesome game to watch. There's a lot of good games to watch.
There's so many.
Jordy says, who should I add for the rest of the season? So he has the options down below here. Chenault, Watkins, Marshall. Get Chenault on your team.
Chenault immediately.
Not smart says full PPR. Who to sit? Clyde Edwards-Helaire, T. Higgins, or Gaskin?
Well, apparently T might not play. So it's between Clyde and Gaskin. And I don't
think T's going to play, so I think you will have that question answered for you. But if T does play, I would sit Clyde personally.
I agree. I don't like
Fantasy
it. I want Clyde.
You agree? Sorry.
Yeah, I agree. I said I want to start Clyde, but it's so hard.
Who would you start Kupp, Lockett, and KJ Osborne, or Adams, Tyreek Hill, Julio Jones, and Rondell Moore. Oh, it's a DraftKings.
Coop, Lockett, KJ, Adams, Julio, Rondell.
I think I would go Tyreek Hill, Adams, Julio Jones, and Rondell Moore side.
Why is
personally
that so hard?
I think there's more upside with Adams, Tyreek, Julio, Rondell. Because in DraftKings, you want to hit on the upside.
I think, 100%. And I think
Rondell's like
at the
one
moment,
of the best upside this week.
At the moment, it feels like Lockett is a lot better. Well, clearly, he's better than Adams. And in fantasy perspective, he's been better, more consistent than Adams and Tyreek. Lockett, same thing, better than Adams and Tyreek. Doesn't mean they are better at, like, both of those guys are better than Adams and Tyreek as players. Julio has been a little bit up and down, and then Rondell Moore had a good breakout. Same thing. I'd rather have Rondell Moore than KJ, so that's hard. I'm going Cooper, Kupp, Lockett, and KJ.
Yeah, I'm going to go the other side. I just think there's more upside. And I think, like, the Lockett.
Got another bot? If you're not a bot, thank you so much for subscribing.
Why are there so many bots today?
I have no
And how
idea.
does that work? How does a bot follow an account?
No clue. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe somebody in the thing is continue just making fake things. Anyways, I'm going with that. Tommy, all love, brother. Appreciate you. We might give you a call.
We hit over 150 followers on Twitch, but I don't know if 30 of those are bots.
No, there was there was 6 or 7 that followed.
Thanks for the love, though. On
quote
Twitch,
unquote bots. Tommy, we might give you a call on Sunday, because I know that's a big game for you. So I probably want to get your predictions for that game, which
Hell yeah,
would be pretty
that'll
cool.
Be fun. You should talk shit to Steve.
Oh, actually, though, hey, thank you so much, King, following there on Twitch. Edward, my wide receivers are Metcalf, Cooper, OBJ, Sterling. Start Metcalf and Cooper. Who should be a better flex? I would say Sterling. Am I right?
Yeah.
I would say Sterling there.
Yeah. I was just processing.
Yeah, OBJ. We love OBJ. Let him play one game first. Let him play one game, see what happens. Jordy, Sermon, McKissick, or Hines at RB2.
Sermon.
Yeah.
The upside's too good for Sermon not to start him.
Mm-hmm.
You know, McKissick and Hines could have better games, but their range of outcomes is so up and down. So, Devonta Adams or Stephon Diggs? I still am going to go Devonta Adams, but I do think that Stephon Diggs, if we're talking rest of season, who you would prefer, I do think that Stephon Diggs is a very good buy low candidate right now. People are questioning, his fantasy elite status, even though the Bills have played 2 good defenses, and I think Diggs is going to be fine. The targets have been there. But you do have to play both of those guys. King's got a question on Twitch.
I got quite the predicament. Daniel Jones with a great matchup, or play Dak Prescott against a relatively good defense. There's no doubt about it. You're starting Dak Prescott. And
look at me, King.
You broke up there for a little bit, but it's okay. Now look at him.
Look at me, King.
Look at him.
You do not sit Dak Prescott. Don't ever let someone tell you this.
You're a Giants fan, man. If you're a Giants fan, start him. Why not? Go with your gut. Go with your
do
heart.
It.
Go with your heart.
Sit Dak Prescott.
GG's, boys. Thanks for playing.
We got another one. Derek Carr or Daniel Jones. Wow, that's a good question.
That's easier for me because I
don't. Hell yeah, he a
Giants
love
fan. Carr's matchup.
Oh yeah, I'm a Giants fan too. Hey, all love, baby. Really great some good things coming out this week 3, man.
I mean, I love that Thursday night football game last week. Shout out to the Washington football team. Taylor Heineke. What's up with the Giants defense? Figure it out.
Bro, we're going to figure it out. Trust me, B.
Same with Washington. We got to figure out that defense as well.
I think overall defense is good. I think we're going to pick it up.
Well, I think both of our defenses will perform better.
We're going to pick it up 100%.
I'm going Daniel Jones instead of Derek Carr.
Love that. Same.
I still believe in the Dolphins defense. Personally.
Fantasy catch up. Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams, and Cordell Patterson or Mike Davis. We got a drawer here. Thank you for subscribing to the bot. Just keeps coming. We got a pipe here.
What
Keep coming, baby.
What is going on?
I actually don't know what's happening.
What's the point? Does anyone know what is the point of a bot following an account?
Adorable. I wonder if it's actually trying to tell us something. Here we go. Let's go back to it.
How does that help?
Gritty. That makes no sense.
Chase is saying this is why they do it, to get reactions out of us. I mean, it's working.
It's
mental.
It is mental. Get me out. I can't believe a bot is in our head. Anyways, next question.
The bot follow is free advert. What does that mean? As in, it boosts our numbers? I don't want fake numbers if it's not real people. You know what I mean? I only want people to follow.
But that's the thing.
Real.
Like, how can a bot automatically say, you know what? Let's boost them. Like, let's boost this.
I've watched Twitch streams before where there's been a bot commenting like, "Do you want to be famous? Here's a way to get 5,000 followers."
Just a fake boost. Hey, maybe that's how Obi-Wan found us. Obi-Wan subscribed today.
I'm glad Obi-Wan's here. Obi-Wan, how did you find us? Anyone on Twitch? I want you guys, because we have no idea how Twitch works, but how did you guys find us on Twitch? What did you search? How did you see these beautiful faces?
Let's go to the questions really fast. Melvin Gordon, Javonte Williams, Cordero Patterson, or Mike Davis? I think we would both go Melvin Gordon or Javonte Williams. I think we would lean more that backfield because based off the matchup.
Yeah, out of all those guys, rest of season, I want Javonte Williams.
Mm-hmm.
Keenan Allen or Allen Robinson, I would still prefer Keenan Allen, although I like both.
Mm-hmm.
XX Lex, Triple X Lex, that's a dope-ass username. Thank you for joining us. Hope y'all doing well tonight. Should I drop Chark for Pittman or Cephas and start two in flex full PPR? Mike Davis, Devonta Smith, Gallaudet. To answer the first question, I would rather have Pittman than DJ Chark.
100%.
Although I think they're both on similar trajectories this year.
I agree.
They're both going to get a good amount of targets. They're both going to help their offense. But I would prefer to have Pittman. You agree?
I agree. Second part of that question, start two in the flex. Thank you for Bulldog for subscribing there on YouTube or following YouTube or Twitch. Sorry. Full PPR. Start two: Mike Davis, Devonta Smith, Kenny Gallaudet, Hunt, Chark, Pollard, Gainwell. I think it's Hunt. You're starting. I want to avoid starting Chark, Mike Davis. I think for me right now is Devonta Smith and Hunt. What's going on here? You okay?
Trying to figure it out. I can start two.
I think it's Devonta Smith and Hunt for me. I'm avoiding Chark. I'm not gonna start Pollard until I see a little bit more consistency, one more game. Gainwell, I'm not starting at as well. Mike Davis, I want to avoid, even though he's been has a decent floor. I think Devonta Smith has a better matchup this week against the Cowboys defense, and Kareem Hunt just is Kareem Hunt. He's in probably one of the best backfields in the NFL currently.
I have officially come to a conclusion. I'm starting Kareem Hunt and Devonta Smith.
Okay, great conclusion.
It does feel like a trap, though, because all those players are in similar scenarios, so any one of them could. Oh, based off what we know, that's what I would do. Jack Truitt, who should I start? PPR. I need 3 out of 5. A.J. Brown, Allen Robinson, Julio. This is easy. You start A.J. Brown, Allen Robinson, and Julio Jones. You start your stars.
Start your stars.
Do we have more questions on Twitch?
Yeah. King... He says, I have another Giants decision, LOL. Sterling Shepard and Atlanta or Mike Evans. I think we will start Mike Evans still. It is hard.
Shepard. I would start Shepard.
You would start Shepard.
I would start Sterling over Mike Davis.
I think Mike Davis he's a star. We got another guy here. We got another bot. So much.
How many Haas accounts can you make?
Anyways, it is a big question. Mike Evans feels like a guy that you have to start week in and week out. I understand why Zach is starting Sterling Shepard.
I would go Shepard.
I understand why you have to start Sterling Shepard. I love Sterling Shepard. I have in multiple leagues. Mike Evans just feels like, especially with AB out, it feels like you have to start him. He said, yeah, they're just fake bots. Daniel Jones is ass, but he does.
Obi-Wan.
But Dak might hit.
Daniel Jones. You're right. He is ass. No, you know what? I will say, I'm just saying that to troll you. I will say I'm impressed with Daniel Jones so far this year.
We got another one of those.
Please tell me that's not another bot.
It is.
Should we just turn off that notification or just whatever?
Well, I want everyone else to see when somebody else.
Yeah, I want to be like, thanks for joining the fam. Okay.
King, yeah, see how we searched
King
it.
Tua says, I searched up fantasy football and you guys looked chill. Thanks, bro.
Oh, love.
We are pretty chill.
Jason just subscribed on YouTube. Shout out to Jason.
Jason.
His name is just Jason.
Thank you so much.
That's it. I searched fantasy and click live. Awesome. From Obi-Wan.
I actually wanted to read this. Yeah. So I'm trying to figure out how people found us on Twitch. They said I searched fantasy and clicked live. Oh, we got a question from Aiden. Should I give up Keenan Allen and Gibson for CMC and probably a bench wide receiver? If you're 2-0, I'm willing to make that trade for CMC. But if you're 0-2, you can't make that trade. Dr. M11 says, I saw a guy streaming on TikTok and decided to search fantasy football on Twitch. Glad I found the stream because my team is trash and could use the help. Oh, that's funny. Welcome.
Good. And then the last question from Obi-Wan. Keenan Allen Gibson is great for CMC if he's healthy long term. Okay, yeah. Just giving his 2 cents. Okay,
yeah,
awesome.
if CMC, if he only misses 2 weeks, that's an amazing trade. But again, it really depends like where you are right now because you can't keep taking L's if you have. I mean, I have CMC in a league and I'm 0-2. So I would be willing to trade him.
Yeah. Here we go. Let's catch up back on Twitch.
I think it was
on YouTube. Sorry.
Fantasy catch up.
Tyreek Hill, Terry and Osborne, or D Hop, Jefferson, and Moore.
I would go with the Tyreek Hill side because I don't know if D Hop's playing.
I agree.
Fantasy said I typed Fantasy Football 2021 live and found your beautiful faces. Love that.
Love it. Come on.
George Kittle for Allen Robinson and Cole Beasley, or Hawkinson for Keenan Allen and Michael Pittman.
I think we missed the Aiden guy, Bulldog, by the way.
No, I answered his question.
Keenan Allen and Gibson for. Oh yes. Sorry, my fault. Continue. George Kittle, Allen Robinson, and Cole Beasley for Hawkinson, Keenan Allen. Allen Robinson.
I think you can get more for George Kittle.
Well, Kittle and Hawkinson are pretty even. At the moment, they're not, according to the stats, but in overall picture, they are pretty even. Keenan Allen and Robinson.
I don't like either of those trades. I personally would look for alternative trades because
it feels pretty.
I think you can get more for Kittle. The Hawkinson one's interesting with Keenan Allen. I might be more interested in that, but I don't like either of those. Do you have any opinion?
No, I just think I don't think you're getting better. I think it's a fair trade overall. Like it's even. I feel like it's an even trade. There's no point. It's really who you prefer. Allen Robinson could put up Keenan Allen numbers. So can Hawkinson and George Kittle.
So like I guess if the Beasley or the Pittman side was Rondell Moore, I would take either of those. But like the second wide receivers don't excite me all that much. Maybe I would lean Keenan Allen and Pittman. Yeah. Maybe that is the side I would pick.
Maybe.
XX Select, start Cephas or Javonte. I would start Javonte personally.
Yeah, I agree.
Robert Woods or Ayuk. Gotta go Bobby Trees.
Mm-hmm. Who wins this trade in PPR? Pitts and Osborne or Logan Thomas and Ayuk? I think Logan Thomas and Ayuk long term does win that trade.
Yeah, I think so. Sterling Shep or Jamar Chase? Chase. Is Dalvin going to play tomorrow? We don't know for sure just yet. I think he will. I think Badaki earlier said I'm 80% that he will play, and I agree.
I'm 85% he's going to play. It sucks because he's in the second half of the games. So that's definitely difficult as a Dalvin Cook owner. I'm in that position right now. So you're not alone. How do you know they're bots and not just all different people with similar names? I don't know.
Imagine it's literally just a family and they're all on their computers and it's like cheaper by the dozen. They're all in the same room and they're like, "Oh, I found these guys. My brother. This is my cousins."
Thanks so much.
And then we're just shitting all over them. I'm sorry. That's our bad.
Gallaudet or Chase Claypool. Hey, Martinez. Anthony Martinez. Thank you so much.
I know a guy named Anthony who spells his name that way. It's pretty unique. Anyway, that has nothing to do with it.
Thank you so much for joining anyway. Where was I? Kenny G or Claypool from Fantasy Catch Up. Claypool, because Deontay's out.
What's up, land? Should we start saying that? Like, welcome to the land? That could be cool. Question: 12-team full PPR. Mike Williams or Chase Edmonds in my flex. I would ride the Mike Williams train. It's dangerous, but I would ride it. Mm-hmm. Let's go to Twitch real quick because I think there are some things that we missed. So I think the big question was, why does 0-2 or 2-0 matter to you in trades? So if I'm 2-0, I feel more comfortable keeping CMC because I can afford to lose weeks. If I'm 0-2, however, I need to win these next 2 weeks. I can't go 0-5. So that's why it matters, because where you currently are in the standings, you can take bigger risks and go for a CMC. But so that's why that matters. Patterson over Davis. I would start Mike Davis over Patterson. Let's get back to YouTube. Jack Truitt, how do you guys think Pollard will do? I have him as a backup if Cook doesn't go. He's a great backup in case Cook doesn't go.
100%.
But I like Pollard. I expect 8 to 12 points.
Yeah, I like Pollard a lot. He was my trade for last week, if I'm not mistaken.
That was this week.
Oh, this week. Okay, last week or this week. It already feels like last week.
You want to read the next questions on YouTube?
Yeah. Here we go. I have a tough matchup this week. Yeah. Filoni also 8-team PPR. Marvin Jones, James Robinson, or Trey Sermon in my flex spot. I think Zach and I would both agree that would be Marvin Jones that goes in that flex spot.
Yeah, agreed.
Kyler Murray and D-Hop or Mahomes and Tyreek. Yep. Going against Henry, Harris, Lockett, Moore, Debo, and Brady this week.
Good luck, brother.
Yeah, that's definitely a tough matchup. I guess his question be, what should I offer for the CMC owner? He's 0-2. Do I give up a wide receiver 2 and a running back 2?
You could try that. I mean, honestly, the best thing to do is to approach the owner and say, hey, I know you're in a difficult position. Are you willing to trade CMC? What would interest you? And then I would be willing to give up a wide receiver 2 and running back 2 to make that happen if you are in an advantageous position in your league. By the way, on Twitch, we just lost 6 followers. So those bots must have just unfollowed immediately.
Well, that's exactly what we wanted. So that's okay.
Yeah.
Where we're going here. Jason, why does everyone think Devonta is going to be the workhorse soon when Melvin Gordon is still there? Look,
this question.
Let me tell you this. Let me tell you my side, and I'll tell you why Zach's side, which I'm pretty sure he will agree.
Maybe Zach will be able to speak for himself, but go ahead.
We lost 6 followers, but they're coming back.
No, is it still the bots?
Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
Look, Javonte Williams is the future, okay? Melvin Gordon is in his last year of his contract. I don't think there's any way that the Broncos do re-sign Melvin Gordon to another contract. If they do, it's probably another 1 year, which I highly doubt. They're not going to do another 2-year contract. Dr. M just subscribed on YouTube. Thank you so much. So, long-term longevity for the future of this franchise and the future of this Denver Broncos running back room, Javonte Williams is the answer. If you don't know who Javonte Williams is, go watch his highlights in college. It was spectacular. He was one of the guys we were most excited for. In a PPR scenario, in a redraft league scenario, I think Melvin has some sort of value, but it's definitely starting to fade away, and you can see that on the field. I had a little bit of hope for Melvin, but it's coming to the point where I'm starting to turn. I've always on the Javonte train, just really depending on when that was going to happen.
So, the only reason people are even feeling okay about Melvin Gordon right now is because of one play this entire year. For one play, Melvin Gordon ran for 75 yards and a touchdown. If you take that play out, he has been extremely inefficient, has not been able to do anything, averaging, I believe, around 2 yards per carry. When you look into this, which is what I've been saying all along, Javonte is by far the more talented, more efficient. He can do everything better on the field than Melvin Gordon can. Nothing about these first 2 weeks have changed that in my mind. I think everyone who got Melvin in the first week took a nice little victory lap, but you take out that one play and he's not even a top 40 running back so far. So I personally just believe in Javonte over Melvin. Nothing about what's happened this year has changed my mind on that. And I think the change is coming in the next 3 to 4 weeks. But I get it. I get the concerns if you own either player. What's the next question?
I just got offer Keenan Allen and Mike Davis for Cook. I'm still keeping Dalvin Cook. In my opinion, Dylan, start Shenault or Osborne. I'm still starting Shenault. It's hard because of that injury, and we don't really know if he's really going to be playing. I think Osborne had one good week. He could.
What's the status of
he had
Shenault?
2 good weeks. The status of Shenault. Let me read it for you.
He's playing, right?
Yes, he is playing.
Okay, but, if that's all I need to know. You play him over KJ. KJ's still a wait and see, but he is a good stash. Justin Jefferson and Javonte Williams and AJ Brown for Dalvin Cook. Did you already ask that?
No, I didn't.
AJ Green's kind of pointless, so I don't really consider him when I think about this trade. Mm-hmm. Justin Jefferson and Javonte for Dalvin Cook. If you don't need wide receiver help, then no. If you do need wide receiver help, I would still prefer Cook, so no.
Yeah, I'm still preferring Cook either way.
What should I offer the CMC owner? He's 0-2. Do I give him a wide receiver 2 and a running back 2? That's where I would start.
Yeah.
That's where I would start and just see what his thoughts are on it.
I think we answered that question as well already. Dalvin Cook for me easily. Chase Edmonds or Rondell Moore. Or Jamar Chase or Rondell Moore, sorry. I think I'm going Chase.
Yeah, I would go Chase as well.
I think we answered all these questions. Shenault, Osborne, I think we said. Shenault, Fancy Catcher, Big Ben or Daniel Jones, and Najee Harris or Monty. I'm going Danny Dimes there, and Najee.
Yeah, I agree.
Pollard,
Dr. M.
Mm-hmm, Pollard or Drake, half PPR. I'm going Pollard there.
Same.
The Vikings.
The Villa Kings music.
Kings.
Did you say Vikings?
I said the Vikings, yeah. Chase Edmonds or Cortland Sutton, full PPRs. Flex spots.
Edmonds.
Yes, I'm going Chase with the matchup there.
Wait. Let me quickly look at Sutton's matchup one more time. Sorry, it's hard to remember.
Sutton's playing the Jets. Chase is playing the Jags.
Ooh, that is interesting. Does that change anything for you?
No,
I think it changes for me.
I'm still going Chase there.
I think I'm going Sutton.
Okay. Yeah, Chase.
Sorry, that doesn't really help you.
Does it? Danny Dimes and Najee. Yeah. Fantasy catch-up. Hunter Renfrow or KJ Osborne in the flex. I think I'll go KJ.
Yeah, I would take the shot on KJ.
Mm-hmm.
We already answered that. We would go Shenault over Osborne.
Hunter Renfrow.
Renfrow or Ruggs. I would go Ruggs, higher upside.
Yeah, I would go there as well. I think we have Obi-Wan. Got another one of the bots. All love. Thank you for the bot love. Obi-Wan.
At this point, you're making accounts. You know, you're just purposely making accounts.
Obi-Wan on YouTube. We got another one. And Cristiano or Christian.
Okay. Thank you. That's a real person. YouTube. Thank you, Christian. That is not a real person.
That's not a real person. I have Kyler Murray, D-Hop, Keenan Allen, Cook, Hunt, Julio, and Mike Davis. Should I try to trade D-Hop for CMC? You definitely can.
Yeah, I would try that.
Yeah, why not? Got another bot?
Oh my God. Can you please go away?
Filoni, you're so right with the run from Melvin Gordon. LOL. I traded Kenny G and Melvin Gordon for Julio and Higbee when Melvin was the number one running back 1 week. On week 1. I
love it.
100%.
I love it, Filoni. Well done.
Next question. Fantasy catch-up. AJ Brown, Robinson, Marvin Jones. It's hard because it doesn't say Mike Williams, Claypool. So AJ Brown,
Thank you
James
for the follow,
Robinson.
Yankee Doodle.
Yes, thank you so much. Sorry, on YouTube. James Robinson, Marvin Jones, Mike Williams, Claypool. Pick 3. AJ Brown, Mike Williams.
This is easy for me. AJ Brown, Allen Robinson, and Mike Williams.
Yeah.
Demont or Edmonds, I would go Demont. Ruggs versus Jefferson, Jefferson Jr., I would go Ruggs. I just got offered Christian McCaffrey and Terry for Dalvin. Do I do it? As in you're giving away Dalvin? If so, yes, absolutely. Don't you agree?
Yes, I do agree. That's easy.
And I'm assuming that you're at least 1-1 or 2-0. But yes, that's great. Oh my God. Jones Jr., Chase, or Claypool in flex. I would be going Jamar Chase.
Yeah, I'm going Chase as well there.
Pick 3, Demont, Edmonds, Julio, Sutton, full PPR. I would go Demont, I would go Julio, and I would go Sutton.
Pick 3, Demont, Chase, Julio, Sutton.
I think what we saw last week was real for Sutton. Like, he's not going to have that every week, but the targets will be there.
I definitely think it's real, 100%. Yeah, I definitely think it's real. Yeah, Monty, Julio, Sutton, okay. Julio
I like the specs.
And Mike Williams, yeah, looks great. Julio,
this is so my eyes don't get destroyed by the time I'm 30.
Rondell. I'm going Mike Evans, Rondell probably in that one.
I'm going to be 30 so soon. We're all slowly dying.
Oh, gosh.
It never ends. Anyway.
Maybe not. Maybe Julio Williams. I'm trying to answer this question. We're going to answer this question, then we're going to go to YouTube. I mean, on Twitch, sorry. So, fantasy catch-up, Julio and Mike Williams for Evans and Rondell Moore. I think I'm staying Julio, Mike Williams at the moment. I'm staying there.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm good with that as well. Quickly on Twitch, thank you for the follow, Yankee Doodle.
Sterling Shepard or DK, standard league.
By the way, Obi-Wan, you can always offer you 2 cents. I think you go DK.
Yeah, you go
and
DK.
It's not close for me.
Starting Amari Cooper as wide receiver 1. Absolutely. You have to go DK. Here we go. Fantasy catch-up, CMC for Terry and Gibson. For Gibson, maybe?
Yeah, I mean, that's a relatively even trade. Again, these trades all depend if you're 0-2, 2-0. Can you take a risk and get CMC, or do you need the players? There's just no way that this is possible.
Still happening. It's okay.
I'm scared CMC is going to be out for a while, and for fantasy playoffs, he is going against the Bucks twice. What do you think of him?
I think
it's
okay.
The definition of matchup proof.
Yeah, 100%. I don't care who he's playing. I'm still playing him, and he's going to get you, at least 18 points. You're chilling. Yeah.
Chase says his girlfriend's getting old. She's going to be 30 in December. Sheesh, bro. We're all slowly dying,
Do I start Chris Godwin or Miles Sanders? Chris Godwin every single day. Hawkinson for Mark Andrews, and Tim Patrick. I think I'm still sticking with Hawkinson there.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
Patrick's just a guy that you want on your bench. Let's just see what happens type vibe.
The Villa Kings worried about Monty. Target took a dip last week, and Justin Fields' game plan is a mystery, and Browns might go up early. Thoughts? Full PPR.
I think you have to play Monty.
Yeah,
I don't think you should sit him.
I think you have to play him.
And I think the offense is going to be better with Justin Fields. So.
I'm just reading Chase. He's like, I'm 26 and she was always
call her a cougar?
Yeah,
say you're a cougar. Yeah. My wife is 3 years younger than me. It's still weird to think that I have a wife.
That's a problem.
Sometimes I'm like, that's so weird.
That's a problem.
Chase Claypool and Rondell Moore for Mike Evans. I would prefer the side of Rondell Moore and Chase Claypool.
Yes, I agree.
Wait, no, turns out I'm 25 and going to be 26. Chase just forgot his own age. Filoni says Aaron Jones, Marvin Jones. I like how he says turns out.
Actually, once I got the statistics correct, Aaron Jones, Marvin Jones, Julio Jones, or Mac Jones in my flex this week. LOL, just joking. Gotta be Aaron. He knows that. Do I start Julio or David Montgomery? That's a pretty good question. And it does depend if it's a PPR league. Because if it's PPR, I'm probably going to lean Julio. Julio against the Colts. Yeah, that's a hard matchup.
Mm-hmm. All right.
I think I would go Julio if it's any sort of PPR format.
This is PPR. Yeah.
Yeah.
You go Julio. I think these are the last questions here. Fantasy catch-up.
We've been live for almost 3 hours now.
Mm-hmm. Zach Wilson or Trevor Lawrence and Mike Evans or Juju. Mike Evans or Juju.
Yeah, Mike Evans and Juju.
Yeah.
I think that's it.
Yeah, look,
guys, thanks so much for joining.
All love, guys. Really appreciate you.
I would keep going if I physically could, but I think it's almost been 3 hours and I have not eaten anything.
Last one, Mike Williams or Monty. In PPR, I think I'm going Mike Williams.
I don't even know where that question is. Well, what about Dylan? Dylan was before that.
It's like Cole Beasley or Osborne.
I will go Beasley. I still trust him.
I will
his floor.
Yeah, I will actually go Osborne there.
Okay.
Dalvin Cook or D Cook or Michael Carter.
Dalvin,
come on. CeeDee Lamb or Mike Evans, wide receiver 2. I'm going CeeDee, wide receiver, and Jonathan Taylor or James Robinson. Jonathan Taylor.
Rapid fire reactions.
Pew, 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 pew. Look, all love. Really appreciate every single one of you.
Hey, we started this stream on 1,206 subscribers. We now have 1,231. So, 33. Excuse me. So we're actually 3 subscribers away from 30. Should we stay on until we get 30 subscribers from the stream? Or be like, GG's?
Well, it depends on how long it's going to take, honestly.
Yeah. I just want to say thank you for the 27 subscribers that subscribed today. Thank you. That means a lot.
Once again, join on
Talk It Up now.
Join on Talk It Up. Look, Talk It Up every Thursday night and Sunday night. Start
Daniel Jones and sit Dak Prescott for anyone else on your bench.
Rondell Moore.
That's the advice I would give. Mm-hmm. Rondell Moore, and we would do Rondell over Gallaudet.
Rondell Moore, yeah. Really
all right, guys. We've been live for almost 3 hours, and it's 1:24 p.m. here in Sydney, and I need to eat some food before I pass out. But thank you so much for joining us tonight. Don't forget. Super chat from Bob H.
Bobby Trees. Nah, Chase Edmonds or Amari Cooper in the flex. Amari Cooper.
Is easy.
This is Amari Cooper every single day. Okay, don't second question.
Don't second guess it. You go Amari Cooper. You start your stars. Look, Chase Edmonds is a great guy, and a good flex. But you start Amari. He's a star. All right, should we put a time limit on this then, Badaki? We're gonna do 5 minutes. 5 more minutes. We'll meet you guys at 5.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to jump.
Oh, so late the donation, by the way.
We got 5 minutes left. Okay.
Game
and
picks.
then I need to eat something before
I would love to do game picks.
My insides literally eat themselves up.
I'm down to
even with messed up ribs. Yes, if Amari Cooper plays, you play him. I understand the worry, but we have a saying here: you start your stars. Amari Cooper's a star. I haven't. By the way, he came back into that game, Bob. Last week when that injury happened, he did come back and finish that game.
Yeah, he did.
So I'm actually not worried about Amari. I feel very confident that he's going to start. Agreed?
I agree. 100% agree. I'm pretty confident he's going to start.
Game picks, fantasy catch-up. We actually do a lot of game picks on our podcast. Mm-hmm. We have a podcast available on all platforms worldwide. Mm-hmm. Fantasyland Football, you can find us. We do a lot of game picks there. We will do upset of the week there and those kind of things also on our Thursday Night Football live stream. What's your game of the week? We should talk about that. In Dynasty, would you trade a 2022 mid-second for Chase Edmonds? If you're a win-now team, I'm comfortable with that trade. if you have a chance to even win now, I'm comfortable with that. What's the game of the week? We'll talk about that and then we'll head off.
I think it's pretty clear what the game of the week is.
Yep.
It's Bucks at Rams. Mm-hmm. That's a huge game. Two really high-powered offenses going at it.
Could be looking at a Super Bowl matchup, you know?
Mm-hmm. Two great defenses. I mean, this is something, like Zach said, we could be seeing in the Super Bowl or even in the playoffs, whatever the case may be. Not the playoffs, but Super Bowl, sorry. Yeah. I'm actually really excited about this game. So stay tuned for
same.
that. Yeah, we do games I was down to do picks, but we did do it on our podcast. We do have a podcast. We also have a Discord, guys. If you guys don't know, join our Discord. We talk a lot on there. We have a great community on there. The link's in the description. Solo.to/fantasylandfootball. Join the Discord.
I have a question for everyone watching. Do I get Subway, McDonald's, or a Porto? You don't even know what a Porto is if you're watching this, probably. But
it's basically Subway, McDonald's, or what do you get from a Porto? That's a big question. A chicken burger?
Chicken and chips.
So chicken and chips. What's the equivalent of chicken and chips then? Maybe like a Popeyes.
Oh.
Even though it's nowhere near Popeyes, the best equivalent is Popeyes.
It's nothing like Popeyes, though.
It's not fried chicken. It's
you know what?
chicken.
The other Kings is actually so right. They're both in the NFC. So shout out to us for knowing absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
We're freaking idiots.
Mm-hmm.
Gallaudet or Mike Davis? I would go Mike Davis, half PPR. Night, boys, GG's. Night, Chase. Should I trade Thielen and Evans for Adams and Judy if I can move Debo up to my starting lineup to replace the missing wide receivers PPR league?
Should I trade Thielen and Evans?
Yeah, I'd be okay with that. I'd be okay with that, Fran. Like getting Adams is massive for your team. Toasted meatball sub. Ooh, I was going to go pizza sub. That sounds good. Subway's a no because of flies on the food. Go with McDonald's. You know what I would do anything for?
There's flies on the food. Over here, that shit don't happen.
Yeah, in Australia, there's like really strict regulations to bring food into the country. So
it's actually like there's no flies. There's no nothing. I feel you, though. I've been to Subways in New York, and it's just nasty. First of all, you never have Subway in New York. But I definitely walked in. It was disgusting. I'd rather eat food from the corner store
Subway
than from Subway.
In Sydney is better. Dynasty trading a first for Sermon and Edmonds. I would personally say no. I just don't know if Sermon is going to be the only guy there, and I don't know how long Edmonds. I would rather have. It depends on what year is at first. If that's a 2022 first, yeah, why not? Like just take a chance. 2022 draft doesn't look amazing yet. And if you're, a rebuilding team, I'm okay with it.
Just funny.
Bob, you go Gibson. You go Gibson over McKissick. Thanks for the advice, guys. Sleeper alert. Jonnu Smith, 7 catches, 112 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Talk it up.
Sheesh. I love it. All right, let's end the stream because I need to eat before I literally die. But massive thank you guys for joining us. Almost 3 hours we've been live, and shout out to the 28 people who subscribed on YouTube. I think there was like 10 to 20 on Twitch.
Yeah, put the Discord link in the chat if you can.
It's already in the chat. It's pinned.
Okay, it's pinned in the chat. Discord link is pinned in the chat. Join the Discord link, guys. You guys can talk with the Fantasyland community there. There's so many people chatting all the time there. All love. Really appreciate you.
Rams or Bucks? I think it's gonna be Bucks.
I'm going Rams.
Actually, no, we both said Rams. We both said Rams will win this.
I'm going Rams with this game.
Yeah, the Rams can win this. Diamond, this is the last thing we'll answer before we get off. Vetoes should really not be allowed unless there's collusion. So talk to your commissioner, but there might be a setting in your app that they need to change. Hit your commissioner up. That is really frustrating when that happens.
Yeah, unless there's collusion. Obviously, collusion. If you don't know what collusion means, because sometimes big words are hard. If it's clear,
I think everyone knows what it means.
Sometimes you don't know. Sometimes you don't know. It's just like when it's clear that the trade is not fair. You know, if you're giving
put your emotions aside.
Yeah,
sometimes trades suck, but it is what it is.
If you're giving like a caliber player for a small person, then it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. All right.
I know what that means.
Yeah, I'm sure he knows.
I'm saying like some people don't know. Some people don't know. Thielen or Debo? Last question of the day, guys. Thank you for subscribing, C-Friend. Thielen or Debo rest of the season PPR?
I would probably go.
I'm going Thielen.
Thielen still, yeah.
I'm going.
I like Debo rest of season, but who knows what happens when that quarterback switch over takes place.
All of y'all, we really appreciate you once again joining the Discord Thursday and Sunday night, 7:40 p.m. We're gonna watch Green Bay Packers at the 49ers. All love. Appreciate you. We're doing this.
You're just joining us. We've been live for about 3 hours. Join us every Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And I got Rams. Badaki's got Rams. Big love, guys. Good luck this week. Go kill it. And we're going to record a bonus podcast today for our Patreon supporters. Big love. All right. Peace.
Deuces.